Hello, everyone. We'll go ahead and get right into it with a couple jams, as always.
Hot and so hot in her, so hot and oh. You want a little bit of and a little bit of, a little bit of, just a little bit of, just a little bit of, just a little bit of. I was like, good gracious, ass bodacious, flirtatious, trying to show patience. I'm waiting for the right time to shoot my steam, you know, waiting for the right time to flash them keys, and I'm leaving, please believing. Me and the rest of my heathens checking out a lock at the top of the Four Seasons, penthouse, rooftop, birds I'm feeding. No deceiving, nothing up my sleeving, no teasing. I need you to get up on the dance floor. Get that man what he asking for, cause I feel like busting loose and I feel like touching you. And can't nobody stop the juice. So baby, tell me what's the use? I said it's getting hot in here, so hot. So take off all your clothes.
I am getting so hot, I wanna take my clothes off.
Oh, it's getting hot in here, so hot. So take off all your clothes.
I am getting so hot, I wanna take my clothes off.
And now, for a very good summer collection. I like this song a lot. Shout out Chadwick Gambino. We got one with this. We got a pretty hot 3 days here. At least 4 at least. We get 1, 5. Been really hot. But it's nice pretty days at least. Hopefully y'all have some good days where y'all at. Hey.
You can feel it in the streets on a day like this. The heat, it feel like summer. I feel like summer. I feel like summer.
Might end up playing this whole song like
You can feel it in the streets on a day like this. The heat, I feel like summer. She feel like summer. This feel like summer.
It's crazy to find out this is about global warming. We don't give a damn about the global warming.
Growing faster, faster, not a chance to slow down. Slow down. Men who made machines that want what they desire. Parents trying to tell the children, please slow down. Slow down. I know.
About 10, 20 more seconds, y'all. Hello. How y'all doing?
Lost in the Script, episode 118. Duped. How y'all doing, Lost in the Script fam?
Oh, no,
I'm just hoping that these niggas gonna change. They still remain the same.
How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all had a good week.
A hot ass week.
It's been hot as hell. Really
Now,
hot.
tell the ladies to take off their clothes, George.
Your ladies.
Not you, nigga.
Yours.
Shout out to Regina.
What up?
Grand Arrival, Grand Elevations, and Grand Return to Duke and Travis, to the architects, to the oracles in the chat on this Saturn's Day. I'm in and out today. We'll watch full video later.
All right.
Question mark. Exclamation. Shout out to Kifa. Welcome back, Kifa.
Well, welcome back.
We missed you, Kifa. Shout out to George G-Dub. Yes, George. We got your H-Town versus Troop mix mofos.
Yeah. Travis and George are complaining, arguing, debating.
We're not
Troop versus
arguing.
H-Town.
There really ain't no fucking debate.
It really ain't. It really ain't to you.
No, you said it. Don't
Hold
try
on,
to.
I don't
that was
know
slick
this
what you
music
did.
you guys are talking about. So
That was slick what you did.
it is what it is.
Keep for telling somebody to behave themselves today.
George, behave yourself.
She was feeling that Nelly
to
is
the
hot in
lady.
here. Now Kifa is welcome to do what she wants to do. If it's hot to her, she can do what she wants to do. Ready? George said, "Dance one. Don't call HBI and play that STD song to sing along." She talking to Kifa?
No, you talking about the song? Yeah, I think.
They gave that man what he was asking for so he can bust a positive juice. If Will Smith had a kid other than Jaden, he would feel like Summer. Kifa said, ready for that disinformation?
Oh, man.
Y'all supposed to whoop their ass in the chat.
Yeah, in the comments on the
The black woman, the DA,
the Fannie
Big
Willis,
Nut.
Fannie Willis, Donald Trump. We talked about the story. Once again, we discussed this stuff. We talk about stuff, and we talked about the allegation that she had an affair with some gang member. We were just talking
they
about
lucky I couldn't type what I wanted to type.
And there was in the comments that said they reported us for disinformation, saying that Trump gonna be sued as he should.
You can't use profanity in the chat.
Which you can't be sued if you can't prove it. If she decided to go for disinformation.
There was no different disinformation or
I
misinformation
said disinformation. I meant to say what's the
of
word?
what Trump said.
What's the word?
Allegedly.
What it said you could sue somebody for?
Defamation.
Defamation, yeah. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, they was in the comments saying mad with us. But let's go ahead.
Are y'all ready for this ghetto intellect conversation?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Just ghetto.
Ghetto. Oh, this ain't the first story either.
It's not the first story.
So hold on. It's not the first story, so I gotta go this way.
Shout out to Brilliantly Flawed.
What up, brilliant?
Peace to the goddesses and the gods. And it's Saturday already. I just talked to your niggas. Y'all niggas.
Shout out to y'all niggas. All right. All right. Clarence Avant, black godfather of entertainment and benefactor of athletes and politician, dies. If I'm not mistaken, he was 92 years old.
92.
Clarence Avant, the judicious manager, entrepreneur, facilitator, and advisor who helped launch or guide the careers of Quincy Jones, Bill Withers.
Bill Withers
is
is
Sunshine, ain't it?
Ain't no sunshine.
Yeah, and many others who came known as the Black Godfather of music and beyond has died. He was 92. Keep in mind, most people didn't know about
Good riddance. Damn.
George said good riddance. Most people didn't know about this guy until Netflix did when Netflix did a documentary about him. That's when a lot of people found out about him.
Yeah, he was like
kinda behind the
he
scenes.
was a shadow.
But he had
A black
the most
shadow.
clout you can have. He had presidents, politicians, athletes,
In his pocket.
entertainers,
Obama, the
royals.
Clintons.
Yeah, royals. All of them knew him and were
Which means
had
he was a very high Luciferian.
that Boule Luciferian, yes, and
Yes.
same thing. But yeah, he definitely is somebody who had a lot of these high level people had a lot of reverence and respect for who he was.
Yeah,
so
Quincy Jones said if you don't reach out to this man or
You ain't
go
gonna
through
make
him,
it.
You ain't gonna make it.
like, I remember, I think it was like young rappers. You have to go through him to get moved up. It's a damn gatekeeper sacrifice. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. His
Jacqueline
wife-
Gray, was that her name?
huh? Avant.
Oh, Jacqueline Avant.
Jacqueline
I
Avant.
think
Yeah.
her maiden name was
He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. Died Sunday at his home in Los Angeles.
his daughter. She married to the white Netflix,
The Netflix
CEO.
The CEO, yeah. His daughter is, yeah. According to the family statement released Monday, Avant's achievements were both public and behind the scenes as a name in the credits or name beyond the names. Born in the segregated hospital in North Carolina.
He is from North Kakalaka.
I gotta, he's North Kakalaki.
I
where the
can't
greats
give him
are
no
born. I'm just
gunshot.
saying.
I can't get
We
it.
have to give it a
Wicked
shot. I'm
Negro
sorry. We can
gunshot.
say what he is and what we think about him, but he's gone now. Let the Most High judge him. I'm just saying, North Carolina is where the stars are born. But North Carolina has became a man of lasting and wide-ranging influence, in part by mining two pieces of advice from the early mentor and music manager Joe Glasser. Never let on how much you know, and ask for as much money as possible without stuttering, as I just did. So he's a very powerful man. We know that his wife died in an home invasion last year or the year before last. Since
year.
COVID, I have a terrible, once something go past 3 weeks, it started to feel like it was 2 months ago.
Time is going by fast. This thing is wrapping up.
Yeah, we at the end of summer already. Like we already
Regina
almost here.
said also mob ties or so rumored to be. After I watched this doc, I decided this world is run by niggas. Period. Racism and all the rest of it is just propaganda. Is that white people?
Yeah, white and
Reciprocity, et cetera, et cetera.
Let me say this. I remember I heard a theory. Now, let me say that. Now, I listen to a lot of people, a lot of wide-ranging opinions on people. And I have heard a theory that there's an upper class of black people. Now, when I say black, and we're going to talk about this later when we start talking about people and indigenous people. When I say black, we tend to think about us, black Americans, certain lineage. When I say black, I just mean skin tone. And that in the instance where I'm talking about what I'm talking about right now. I heard a theory that there's a group of black people who actually run things and they actually use other races to just make sure that they're not, what's the word I'm looking for? That nobody even gets curious about them.
You talking about the tiny hats?
No.
Oh, who?
I'm talking about this. They say it's a group of black people that actually run things. And they distract from their power by making it seem like there's no way a person who's black could have power.
Oh, okay.
So when we talk about the Rothschilds and all those other families, it's like they just used as pawns. The real people in power are, Now I've heard that before. I didn't believe it because with my own beliefs and what I believe, that's not how it goes. But yeah.
George said this is a manufactured summer. Feel the DEW bitches. You have a manufactured hurricane coming towards your way.
Oh yeah,
as well.
California. We're gonna get to it.
Hillary coming to California.
Hillary coming for y'all ass.
And she don't play. Ask about the Arkansas massacre. Hillary don't play. She keep hot sauce in her bag. Swag.
He said Clarence was part of a generation that served as a bridge from a
Regina
time.
said I am of the same theory, Duke.
Well, I don't share that theory, but I know people have that theory. I've heard that before, as well as Arabs. There's people that believe that Arabs or the red-beard Arabs are the people who really run the world. They're the ones with the most money and clout. It's not, quote unquote, Caucasians or the wild people, as they call them back in the day, in ancient times. They said it's actually the red-beard Arabs who are the ones, the wild man, the other wild man.
George said he calling off Sunday, calling in Sunday sick because that hurricane supposed to be there.
Yeah, you better.
By tomorrow. I got that white cough like Duke and Travis.
All right, Clarence was part of a...
You got a Jewish cough.
Was a part of a generation that served as a bridge from the time when there was very little opportunity for people to a time when doors began to open. He demanded the world make room, and he paved the way for the rest of us. Sometimes called the godfather of black music, he broke in as a manager in the 1950s with such clients as singer Sarah Vaughan and Little Willie John and composer Lalo, not finna try to say that, I think that's a German last name, who wrote in the theme of Mission Impossible. In the 1970s, he was an early patron of black-owned radio stations. In the 1990s, headed Motown after founder Berry Gordy Jr. sold the company. Berry Gordy found out that his lineage is...
Found out that Berry Gordy's lineage goes to a white man.
Apparently, allegedly.
Which is not shocking.
So, that all...
It all makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of do. When they allow certain people to get in a position, they know where your lineage is.
True.
Obama. Certain people, they allow you to get big because they know where your true lineage go back to. But, yeah. Anyway, rest in peace to him and his judgment.
Rest in piss.
Damn, we said we don't talk about the dead like that.
If they talked about Jesus.
Oh, here you go, your bullshit.
You know what the Jews said that Jesus he's supposed to be boiling in hell and shit. That's
Cool.
what the Jews believe. That he's boiling in hell and shit.
Well, what I heard from them is they said that one, he was just a normal man. I've heard that, and I've heard that he was just another prophet. He wasn't anything special.
Can you believe somebody would say something like that?
And I got a question for you about this right here. This is a quick story I added right before we went on.
Nigga, how you gonna add a story and just...
NYC drug dealer gets 10 years in prison in death of actor Michael K. Williams. Michael K. Williams, known for The Wire. He was in the other TV show.
That's correct, George. The Torah. That's what it says in the Torah.
Yeah, what's the name of the other little show he was in? Lovecraft Country. He played as the father. Michael K. Williams, obviously.
Who was messing
Wire.
around with a tranny?
Was it a tranny?
It was a tranny.
Oh, yeah. He passed away after he took some drugs and it was laced with fentanyl.
Did he have any wife and kids?
I don't think so, no. Now I want to ask you.
He's from New Jersey too, right?
Yeah.
Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah, he's from New Jersey. Now he was sent, the dude who was 40 was sentenced to 10 years for providing the wire actor with fentanyl-laced heroin, causing his death. Let me ask you a question. If a drug dealer sells you drugs and you die, is he liable for that?
No.
You don't think so?
Self accountability. I decided to purchase that.
But he didn't
So
know
it's
it was
on
laced
me.
with fentanyl. That's the part that got him sentenced. The fentanyl. The fact that it had fentanyl in it means he had no.
That's what they say.
He didn't know it was in there.
That's what they say.
I will say there are some black people. At least the numbers are starting to go up, I guess, of people using fentanyl.
It's cheap.
Now, as they said in the comments right now, George and Brilliant, there are people that say that he was not. It was not no fentanyl and heroin. It was.
George said he was murdered. Brinley Floss says scapegoat. And George says that's a fake story.
So I've heard that obviously that's a story that people immediately came to, saying that that's not why he was removed or whatever.
It was time for him to be removed. They all have an expiration date like we do.
Well, you know, they say in the contract, you get a certain amount of years of this. Some of them, it lasts longer. Certain people can be entrusted with certain secrets, so they're considered more reliable. Others, not so much.
Or they can only handle
Certain things, yeah.
That's true.
So, but back to the two-dimensional conversation about how should a drug dealer be held responsible for an addict's death. Well, I asked you the same question.
How do they know? How did they find a drug dealer?
When there's somebody famous, you're gonna find a drug dealer. I'm just playing. You know, naive at this point. Unless maybe he had his name written down. Maybe it was pretty easy to get in contact with the drug dealer. I don't know. But I'm gonna ask you a question. What about Big Pharma?
What about Big Pharma?
I'm gonna ask a serious question. We know what's going on with the so-called the jab. Should Big Pharma be held responsible for that if they made that decision?
Decision for what?
Getting it.
Getting what?
You know what?
No, say
The
it.
jab.
That's hard to.
What,
It's not
what
hard
about the
to say.
opioid crisis?
The what?
The opioid crisis. Should these pharmaceutical companies?
They are though. They're being
that's what I'm
paid for
saying.
it.
They're being held responsible, even though those people they took it. What? I'm asking you a question. You're gonna give an answer.
It's a difference
Go ahead, explain.
because that's supposed to be approved. That was approved
Okay. Yeah.
jabs that they were giving to people.
I'm talking about the opioids as well. Is that the same as a drug dealer, or is that more closer to the big pharma situation?
That's closer to the Big Pharma situation.
Okay.
Because they're producing these pills and medication, putting it out and telling people it's safe to take. The drug dealer like, hey, this is gonna get you high and fucked up.
Well, he didn't tell him there was fentanyl in it, allegedly.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Anyway, what y'all think? Y'all think drug dealers should be held responsible for the death of a person who's using them? Let us know. All right, let's move forward.
We know, George. That was not approved.
Paramount drops
You must not be
plans.
familiar with the Pfizer settlements.
Oh, I do. I am. Paramount drops plans to sell BET stake.
For what? You just find a way to read nigga again?
Read nigga?
So we came up. What up, Brian? We were told a few months ago actually, that Tyler Perry, it had been pretty much understood that he was now going to be the owner of BET. So apparently the contract was up, the money was and I guess you could say at the last moment they backed out and decided not to sell BET. Yeah, Perry. What do you think about this?
There are several things could have happened. Maybe they saw an increase,
I don't think that would do it because they're looking at the life.
or maybe
lifespan.
they did not. Shout out to Tom Green.
What up, Tom?
Maybe they didn't want to sell it to a black person.
Go, you can read that.
He got the Bill Cosby treatment, punk ass B.
Tom Green said, "I
In
would
certain
say
states, they don't hold the state accountable for getting shot because you can sue the state and win because of getting shot."
well, they also I saw in Australia they said it.
Yep. Black media made it seem like they already purchased it.
That's what I was saying. We was one of those people that was like,
We
I guess
reported it saying Tyler Perry now owns BET.
Yeah, all these mainstream outlets were saying he owned it. It was his. Now I will say in Australia,
Tom, not true. They have total immunity for any liability.
who the fuck watches anything on BET?
EBT. He called it EBT.
Oh, EBT, yeah.
The shot was voluntary.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying in Australia. Remember, we saw a video in Australia where a politician was questioning somebody from Pfizer. Oh no, they were questioning somebody from one of these companies. And they was like, look, he kept asking them, did you guys do studies to show that this gonna cause myocarditis and all the other stuff? And they wouldn't answer the question. And then they made a statement saying that they don't believe anyone was forced to do this. So they're already getting escapability out of it. No one was forced to do this. People made a decision on their own.
Tom said I got money for being shot. Oh, George is going at Tom last week because of things Tom was saying about being in the hood.
Oh, okay.
That's why he doing this shit.
So Australia's already making you know what's going on in Australia.
Stop.
They have full camps already made. They have people taking people from their homes and putting them in a concentration camp. But anyway, so Paramount said we backing out. Entertainment conglomerate concluded a sale wouldn't result in any meaningful deleveraging. It says it's dropped its plan to sell the minority stake in BET Media Group, which includes the VH1, BET cable networks, and BET Plus streaming services, according to people familiar with the situation. The company notified bidders Wednesday evening that it decided to end the sale process because it concluded the sale wouldn't result in any meaningful deleveraging of its balance sheet, the people said. Initial bidders from the stake in BET included basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal, who had been teamed up with TV producer Kenya Barris and rapper 50 Cent and Group Black, the Wall Street Journal previously reported. So that was the people who initially tried to get it.
That's the first three we reported on, and I was going for Mr. Byron Allen.
No, that was with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenya Barris, and 50 Cent. We talked about that too, but in the second group,
were they the first group?
Yeah, they were the first.
Okay,
they were the initial
first
people.
group.
They're part of the Group Black. Other bidders included actor producer Tyler Perry, who was backed by a private equity firm, Ariel Alternatives. We're gonna get into them. A subsidiary of assets management company Ariel Investments, Sean Diddy Combs, backed by investment firm Harbor View and equity partners, and media entrepreneur Byron Allen, the Journal reported. Now, Byron Allen didn't have no back because he had his own money. The company had received bids from the state ranging from around $2 billion to around $3 billion, according to the people familiar with the situation. The failed sale process is a sign of how challenging the traditional cable television business has become as consumers cut the cord in favor of streaming services instead.
Perry got no real power. They treat him like he in a skirt with no Vaseline.
Well, see, that's the thing. I remember they were talking about in the NFL whenever somebody tried to buy an NFL team. The NFL don't allow people to come into the NFL who are barely billionaires. If you were worth $1 billion, you're not a billionaire. You need to be worth 10, 15, 8 billion so you can truly be able to afford this on your own. We don't want no group of 10 people buying a team. That's what these networks is. That you're not really, they playing with big money. It's about, can you really stand on your own and buy something? Do you got real old money? That's what they call old money. Do you got family money that was coming back from the 1800s? And most people don't.
George's a little off, so I don't mind if I did was send some lodge members after him.
So they said no. Now, you think it might be them trying to negotiate for more money?
That could be it.
Are they pulling out of this to show y'all willing to pay this?
There would be no. They're not getting any profit or anything, pretty much off of giving them.
Because
buying
remember,
it.
they did something that no business would ever do by coming out saying we're looking to sell this to a particular group, black people. They said Paramount came out and said we want to sell it to someone black. What person who wants to make the biggest profit does that? So what were they doing? What were they planning from the get-go where they made that announcement and made sure to put that caveat in there?
Maybe they were seeing how much interest
That's what I got from it.
they could get off of.
They were using this for market research.
And they concluded that they can get somebody to buy this.
So
bullshit.
if the black people buy for $3 billion, we know we can find somebody else who might give us 8, 9.
Because the thing was, they took off the
not
black
8, 9,
reality
maybe 4,
shows,
5.
like the Love and Hip Hops.
Yeah.
They took them off of VH1 and put them on MTV.
Yeah.
Because VH1 was one of the channels that they were selling with BET.
Yeah.
So that made me think, interesting. Why would you take the black TV shows off of VH1 if black people are purchasing it?
Exactly. Now this right here is the group that was behind Tyler Perry, who was expected to be the person that came out on top. He didn't get it, but these two people right here are supposed to be. This is the group that was backing Tyler Perry: Leslie A. Braun who is what is he?
Who?
Leslie A. Brown.
Oh, he's Haitian.
So he's an Haitian
Immigrant.
Yeah, was his family born or was he born in Haiti?
He's a native. He came here.
Okay. And Melody Hobson, is kin to me. She's married to George Lucas, the guy who created
the Star Wars franchise and the Indiana Jones franchise.
I know of her.
I've seen her before.
Yeah, I've seen her before. So it's funny that she's involved in this, which is supposed to be like some black creative type
and it's
group.
not.
So it says a patent approach to private equity is an enterprise newly conceived for the times, built on a 4-decade-old foundation. I want to show, is it in the about?
It's the about.
All right, so you see right here, Area Alternatives Project Black.
Which is backing Tyler Perry.
Yeah, this is the one that's doing that. It says this is their mission. To scale minority-owned businesses to serve as suppliers of choice to Fortune 500 companies, driving economic equality from the entry level to the boardroom. We aim to close the wealth gap by generating jobs and economic growth within underrepresented communities with a focus on Black, Latino, and Latina communities.
Why are they separating Latino and Latina?
I don't know.
Shouldn't it just be Hispanic, or they could have just said brown?
Well, they did. I guess they didn't want to say Black and brown because that's
they fucked up when they put the underrepresented communities and the Latino and Latina communities for me.
Who was? I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Black Lives Matter. Who was it that separated Black men and Black women on their mission statement?
Hold on. Does EBT have a morning cartoons? I have no idea what program is on that channel. Behind Tyler Perry. Pause. Brilliant. I don't remember any cartoons on EBT. No. Shout out to Sassy Shantae.
What up?
Shantae G is the name.
Shantae G.
Shantae G. G checking.
All right.
Mike 1212. I've been here since Nelly was sweating, but my comments was not coming up. Who blocked me? Only person I can think of is George.
I don't know. Somebody put you on timeout.
Nah, man, that's a think tank. Hold back in Tyler Perry. Who back in Tyler Perry?
Hey, these are the financial backers. These are the financial backers. But yeah. So this is the group behind them. I could have just showed this right quick instead of just
that HIV got your girl. That's why they was blocking your comments. Was hot.
Haitian immigrant CEO. This is him. Haitian immigrant. Want to show? Hold on. This is her. Melody Hobson. Like, it's not really a group. They say it's a black group, but it's not really.
Travis was backing him all the way. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, let's move forward. So they ain't gonna sell it. It's gonna stay where it is, I guess. We'll find out in a year or two what they really was planning this whole time. Why they even did this.
Laughing my ass off. Hush your face, George.
Blindside. Subject former NFL player Michael Oher alleges Tuohys, is that their name?
Tuohys
made millions off a lie.
That's their name.
You know, I remember when this movie came out, and I remember watching this movie, and it just seemed. Now, this is gonna sound crazy. It reminded me a lot of Monster Ball. The reason why I say that is because it was just so much sad. They just made him so pathetic. They just made it like, damn, these white people gotta save him. They didn't make him pathetic.
They made him dumb. That's what they made him.
It was just like they really sold it as these white people had to just save him, not only from his surroundings but himself. They made the son teach him how to play sports, and when they just made him just this big goofy dude. Well, now he's saying that they made
that movie was horrible, feeding the nigga chicken in the closet.
Bruh, it was crazy. That movie was crazy, bruh. I'll never forgive him for that movie. So, Oher, whose life story became the subject of the Oscar-winning 2009 movie, is suing the Tennessee couple.
Did y'all see the pictures that's out there with him
and the wife
and the daughter?
Now let me say this: Travis was on this years ago. Cause remember, this Oher dude, he's been talking bad about this movie since like 2011, 12. He been said, I don't like this movie. This movie did a poor representation of me in the story. Travis was saying back then that the mama was on something else with him.
I said he was hitting the mom and the daughter.
I don't know about it because there was a picture of him in like a group photo with his arm around them, and the husband was just standing off to the side.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know. I ain't gonna say they was doing nothing, but it was kind of weird.
Kiefer said the movie sucked, couldn't finish it.
Yeah, it was bad. Former NFL star, I don't know if I could say he was a star, Michael Oher, whose inspirational life story became a subject of Oscar-winning 2009 movie The Blind Side, is suing a Tennessee couple who took him in as a teenager. He was 16, right?
He was 16.
All right. Oher, 37, who won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens during 8 seasons in the NFL, alleged in a legal petition filed on Monday that Leigh Ann Tuohys and her husband, Sean Tuohys, tricked him into signing away control of his financial affairs. He alleged in the filing that instead of being legally adopted by the Tuohys, as he was told, the Tuohys instead established a conservatorship over which allowed them to be profit from his name. The lawsuit, which seeks to dissolve the as that the Tuohys used their control over Oher's affairs to rake in millions of dollars from the success of The Blind Side. Now, the film earned more than $300 million at the box office and earned a Best Actress Oscar for Sandra Bullock, who played whatever. He wrote a book or a memoir in 2006 of the same name. Charts the story of how Michael Lewis, wrote a book about him in 2006. Also, Michael Oher, he has a memoir. So,
Flaw said anybody who made a bag off that movie professional scammers, I salute you.
However, Oher's lawsuit says the premise of the film, its adoption by the Tuohys, is false. The live Michael adoption is one upon which Leigh Ann Tuohys and Sean Tuohys have enriched themselves at the expense of their award. The unsigned Michael Oher, the legal filing says. So basically, when he was 16, he went in with them. They told him they want to live with him. They ended up having him right over his control of his financials and all that other stuff. Sounds of really right over the control of his life. They end up allegedly had like a movie they tried to get financed through their neighbor. And that led to them getting a deal to get the movie done. Apparently, the two parents and their biological two kids were paid $250,000. He didn't get nothing. They then got 2.5%. This is what Travis found. They got 2.5% of the proceeds or the revenue of the movie. So they're still getting checks.
Yeah.
He didn't get nothing.
That's his dumb ass.
Now, yeah, we're going to make Travis stand on that too. Now, Travis said he just dumb. Now, it says that the Blind Side lawsuit Tuohys family intends to end conservatorship for Michael Oher. So they responded. You saw this already? You know what they said?
Oh, no, I didn't see that. Sorry.
He fought a petition, court shows, or signed whatever. So now they're saying it,
Dirty.
He did. He got that one.
He got that wop.
He got that bunny ranch away. Lawyer Steve said that Tuohys' wealth outside of Oher, who made more than $30 million during his 8-year NFL career, was more than enough. They don't need his money. They never needed his money. Mr. Tuohys sold his company for $220 million. Who coached the board both in high school and collegiate level, as a head football coach, as an assistant coach at the University of Mississippi. Wait. Now, we were talking about how we know there's a lot of families, especially wealthy families. They have this thing they do where they adopt really black kids from poor neighborhoods that have a promise in athletics or something like that. So they go get some dude who play high school basketball or football who got a 40-inch vertical or run a 4.3, and they'll bring them to the suburbs and groom them to go into the NFL. They'll sign deals with shoe companies, colleges to make sure they go a certain route. It's like they funnel them to a certain college. So it just so happened the same guy who coached him in high school also went with him to go coach on the college level. So we know sometimes it'd be the parents. We know coaches are heavily into, especially the AAU level. Coaches make sure they convince the player to go to a certain college based off a shoe company. So if Nike is sponsoring an event and they want him to go to Kentucky or they want him to go to Duke, then the coach will sway him to go to one of those colleges. That might be something that's going on with this.
True.
So now they're saying they willing to let it go. We didn't need his money and all this other stuff. And
Brilliantly flawed said never needed his money, just made a bag off of his likeness.
Exactly. So now we found out that they're worth about $100 million, even though they said that she sold his company for $220 million.
Well, they own franchises like Taco Bell. I think they own 115 Taco Bells and KFCs
Yeah, so
and Freddy's.
they own a lot of restaurants. Like
Yeah,
they got
restaurant franchises.
yeah. So the money is long. They got a lot of money. It's just
But it don't hurt to get more money.
it never hurts to get more money,
So
especially when you
let's
talk
not-
about back then. You want to make it ain't just about making money. It's also about building a relationship. We don't know why they convinced him to possibly go to a certain college or something. It might have been some business deal they had going with something else. Just build some friendship here to help you out over here. So we don't know. We already know that he's seeking separation. Now people are bringing up his now wife, who he married last year. But before we get to that, I want to show this video. Because as Travis said, there are some people who look at this story and say, you can't be adopted at that age. Why did you think you could? You were almost 18. Some people are just saying he was just stupid. What did you see that made you think that?
Because I'm going to the age where the movie came out when he was 23 years old. He wasn't a child.
Yeah.
So I feel like he should have gained enough experience to be like, okay, they're doing a movie about my life and I'm not receiving any proceeds from the movie.
Maybe he was just
No.
naive to the family. Oh, sorry. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Got a little phone call. All right, I'm gonna play this video. So you said the reason why you think he was dumb is because of what you saw.
I didn't say what I said.
All right, go ahead.
There ain't nothing else to say.
You didn't
That's
finish.
what I did. I'm finished with saying what I had to say.
Well, I'm lost. I'm off track now because of the phone. What did you say?
I'm not repeating myself. Just hit the play button. They heard me.
Open it up to questions. I think I and everyone who reads this book comes away from it wondering what happens to Michael. One of the first things I did after I read it was go on Google and look him up. Can you give us an update on how he's doing
If you
academically?
Google him now,
clinically?
I Google him now. He's on the Dean's List at Ole Miss, which is says a lot. Dean's List at Ole Miss. But you know what? Miss, which is says a lot.
Now listen to this.
Google him now. I Google him now. He's on the Dean's List at Ole Miss, which is says a lot about the Dean's List at Ole Miss.
He said he's on the dean list at Ole Miss, which says a lot about Ole Miss. So he's saying the fact that he's on the dean's list is a poor representation of their education level at that school.
But you know what? In fairness to Michael, Bear Bryant had that funny line. The former coach of Alabama Crimson Tide once said to a reporter, "We want to have a school that makes the football team proud, or that the football team can be proud of." A lot of these schools sort of have inverted their purpose in life. That there are schools like Ole Miss, but Ole Miss is not even the best example, that seem to exist mainly so that they can sustain a football team. And they then take these kids, many of whom are from the underclass, poor black kids from ghettos around America, and let them into the school, get them in however they can get them in, and then they create a track for them inside the school. And the track is not designed for them to get an education or even to actually engage with the school outside of the football team in any way. It's designed to keep their grade point average to the level where they can continue to play football. And if you watch the serious football schools, Florida State's probably the best, on TV, they're always selling you the idea, of course, the NCAA, they're always selling you that this is actually a school behind this football team. And
So you get what you're saying. Basically saying they put these kids through the system, make sure they can play sports. They don't care about the actual education. Which is funny, 'cause I
I want
remember
them to have a slave mentality mind.
who?
These kids, they're not being educated. They're not being informed. They're just playing sports.
You saying they have a slave mentality?
The kid, the ones that the athletes.
But they see it as an opportunity to get out of the hood, to get their mom out of the hood.
Is it an opportunity to get out of the hood?
Yes, they got a chance to go to the NFL. Now you can get NIL.
You get out of the hood and gain what? Money? But you don't gain any knowledge, any understanding.
They don't care. They want to get out of the hood.
That's the point. They don't care.
That's the. I don't know. Okay, I guess I agree. I'm saying they want to get out of the hood, get some money to get their mama out of there, buy her house. That's all they care about. I remember a little while ago. I remember.
But that's why they don't maintain the wealth.
That's part of it. A lot of these colleges like Oregon, Alabama, these real big schools, Ohio State, Florida State, they have these extravagant locker rooms. Like it's just TVs all over the place, lounges, bowling alleys, whole rooms dedicated to video games with big TVs. And they do that so that the players don't feel the need to, like you said, go around campus.
Nigga, you living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck.
They want to keep the athletes away from the rest of the students. They don't want the athletes to leave the training facility. They want you to stay over there, stay with the sports. Don't go on campus and wander around and try to frolic with the other students. Just stay over there. That's how they look at the athletes when they come to their schools. Like Duke, North Carolina, they all have this program created to make sure you go exactly want you to go. I remember I saw a story a few years ago of a dude who was in an NFL. He got injured, CTE. I think he was in his late 20s maybe, and he couldn't read. He was with married with a child, and he was learning how to read with his son. It was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that. All right, let's move to the next part. Let's go. This right here is a picture somebody pointed out. It said, never forget when the mother, Tuohys, racially profiled two black boys and then turned them into a feel-good post. She said that she gave them money and tried to help them out. Neither one of these kids needed money. They weren't poor black kids. These are just two random black kids that she assumed was broke and thought they needed help from her. This is the white savior complex that they have, which is why I think that has something to do with why they did that with Michael Oher. This is Michael Oher's wife. Immediately when people found out she was married to a black woman, they immediately started saying, oh, that's why he trying to fix stuff from in the past. Because they assumed that she's the one that got him to start going back and looking at stuff and correcting certain things. But he's known this woman since he was in college. He has 4 kids with her, so that has nothing to do with...
And he just now married her?
I guess so. He got 4 kids with her. They've been together since his sophomore year in college. So they married now. She hung in there.
Nothing new in it. Oh, that's bad. She has to hang in there.
She hung in there. All right.
Now that he has no ties with Leanne, he's marrying her.
Leanne was the side, was the main. Which one?
Leanne was the main. She was the side.
She couldn't be. She went with the kids and living with them. A few people on
you feel like it ain't side chicks out here that got kids, and they not the main.
You living?
How we know she was living in a house with him?
They been together. What are you talking about?
They could be together for all these years, but live in different households.
They did live together.
People break up, get back together, break up, get back together.
A few people on social media want Sandra Bullock to return her Oscar. Nobody was saying this. This is just the root. Nobody was taking it that serious. Nobody gave a fuck about no damn Oscar. So now this is
There's
the root.
fiction stories out there all the time.
Huh?
So there's stories that are not true out there all the time, and people win Oscars off of them.
Exactly. So this is them lying on black. They're trying to say that Black Twitter said this, and nobody was saying this. This is them trying to just use that energy to create a false narrative. That's just the root for you. All right, let's what's this now? Oh, I gotta what's called for this? Hold on, y'all. Here we go. Hurricane Hilary is headed to California. Hurricane Hilary could dump over a year's worth of rain on parts of the Southwest. This ain't normal.
No, it's not normal. Harp.
Cal-
I hope, I sure hope that flood doesn't flood California. It would be a shame for some people.
Now, they did say, now remember we were just talking about a few months ago that California and a lot of the West Coast is going through a drought. And it could be water wars in the future. Now they're saying a hurricane is coming to California and could put over a year's worth of rain and floods and all that other stuff. So now they ain't getting rain, but they're getting the hurricane now. Let me just show. Concern is growing. Hurricane Hilary will unleash a prolific amount of flooding rainfall in the southwest U.S. as parts of California as it makes a rare move over the region Sunday into early next week, triggering a tropical storm warning for parts of Southern California. Hilary could dump more than a year's worth of rain in parts of the states. California, Nevada, and Arizona could have, because of the threat. Parts of California face a rare high risk of excessive rainfall. The level 4 threat is the first to ever be issued for this part of Southern California. What you thinking?
We know that this is fake weather going on. I said it here yesterday. It had been 80 degrees, 90 something degrees the whole week, and yesterday it just dropped to 73 degrees yesterday. Cloudy skies, overcast.
Weather can be random, I guess.
Random can be random. But we live in an era where we have to put our antennas up and go, something ain't making no damn sense.
Now, this is the Hawaii situation. The Hawaii fire, we talked about this last week a little bit. Because we brought up the Obamas and all that stuff. It says, was Maui's emergency operations chief in over his head? So the chief over their emergency operations was a man who they said had no formal education, and that he somehow beat out 40 other candidates who did have
because he was chosen, not elected.
Exactly.
Selected.
Herman lacked formal experience in emergency response, but beat out 40 other applicants for the job and says he was prepared. Was not an expert in emergency management when he was hired to lead the Maui Emergency Management Agency in 2017. Trained in political science and law, he has no formal education in disaster preparedness or response. And prior to his current role, he never held a full-time job dedicated to emergency management. The reason why they're bringing this up is because when this fire first began, he did not send out emergency alarms. He didn't do it, which means
he was told don't send out emergency
so people
alarms.
Didn't know nothing, so they sat there. A lot of people died. Was it 90 something now, 100 something? Is it
over 100?
Over 100 now. So over 100 people has died in this fire because
some people said the number that they're giving out is not even a real number. It's closer to 200-300.
Yeah, it's possible. Let me go to the next. Now Biden, in his endless wisdom, came out and offered $700 single payments to these people that lost their homes and stuff.
Which is an insult.
Biden slammed for offering insulting $700 payments to Maui wildfire victims.
He would never offer $700 payments to the Ukrainians.
Oh no, he get them billions.
Also authorized one-time payments of $700 per household to folks who've been displaced, so they can do the immediate things of just taking care of medications and prescriptions that they so badly need. FEMA also authorized.
Now they're saying that
this is a kind of a cut for me, because I was just talking shit about Hawaii last week and how they are part of the United States. They are considered a state.
I know.
And they are advocating they want them to get out of
what
they call it. They wanted to get out of their country.
They
not
said
their
they're being
state.
occupied. Like I
they're
said,
being
last
occupied, and it's a shame how the U.S.
fuck all that. Last week
and the elite class bullies these countries and these places for themselves.
Last week,
yeah, I said what I said. They are a state.
And they need to get over it. What you were saying?
They do need to get over it.
Now
because until there's not empowered, there ain't nothing they can do about it.
Now they're saying that this payment thing is not a Biden situation. They're saying this is the most he can give. He has restrictions to the amount he can give in emergency relief. What's the name of the what's the name of the thing that they get the money from? Not FEMA. The other one. Not the relief fund. I forgot the name of it. That's basically, there's a policy. He can't give more than this right now. So now they're trying to get citizens to obviously donate money.
Yeah, at the grocery stores, and I hit
Oh yeah.
none.
Would you like to donate to the Maui?
Nope.
All right, let me now there are theories out there about how these fires started. Some people say that it's possible that, HARP obviously was a part of this, a DARPA. Some people, now there's a picture out there of a laser starting a fire. Now they said it's been debunked. This is not real. This is not true. But there are weapons that exist that are patented, that are real, that could do the things that some people are saying is happening. Some people said it was the fire was started and a hurricane was brewed up so that it could blow the flames across the bushes, create bushfire, and it could blow the flames over to the houses so that it could create opportunity for people to buy up a whole bunch of land. As we know, a lot of these celebrities own a lot of land over there. So this is the hypersonic air-breathing weapon concept. The systems that operate at hypersonic speeds. By the way, didn't Russia just come out and say that they have hypersonic missiles?
What now?
Russia.
Yes.
They said they got hypersonic missiles,
Yes.
which are unstoppable, and America wouldn't be able to do nothing to stop it. It's too fast.
That's what they say.
He said, if you look at the messenger, Duke, I gave you a lot of info. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go right. What is this one? This right here. Northrop gunman. It's a beyond the boost supporting Artemis. It amazes me how often these companies, these organizations use ancient deities a part of their program. So Artemis is a deity from the Greek, is the goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, wild animals, nature, vegetation, childbirth, care of children, and chastity. Now, this same company is the company that created something called the unmanned aerial. What's it called? The aerial something system. You remember?
Can't recall the name.
The aerial something system. I can't remember. Basically, it could create beams of energy from a distance to create fires, or really to blow stuff up. But on a lower level, you can just create fires with it. Let me just go forward right here. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The USS Portland. Now, this is from, what's the guy's name? I forgot his name. Hold on.
You talking about the Northrop gunman?
Yeah.
Him.
The USS Portland conducts laser weapon system demonstration tests. Now, this is from 2020. Now, they're saying these same... You're not doing the Umar shuffle. Now, they're saying that this created the fire. And I'm just going to show you the picture right quick. Hold on. Right here. Now, this, once again, they say this is debunked. This is not real. Because there are pictures that this is not in there. I'm not saying this is real. But people are saying that this is a created, orchestrated thing by the government. Now, they're saying that this USS Portland that has this ability to do this was outside of Hawaii 7 days ago, right before the fire started. 7 days before the fire started, should I say. It was seen outside of it.
Which says a lot.
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
It's not coincidence.
The residents of this place on fire worry a rebuilt Maui town could slip into the hands of affluent outsiders.
It's too late for that, buddy.
Buckaroo is over. They about to come in and buy up every damn thing. As soon as them fires is put out and they start
Introducing
rebuilding.
Oprah owning a major parts of Hawaii, and they want to turn Hawaii into a smart city. They want to turn that area into a 15-minute city.
A 15-minute city.
That was Kifa.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Do I have it up here? I should already have it up here. Let me just go through this real quick. Project Bluebeam. This is what George was talking about a few weeks ago. Project Bluebeam. Now, Project Bluebeam is pretty much them trying to create a situation where you will fall for the belief that some deity or something is coming, and it is your true creator. That's why you see the aliens becoming a thing.
Yep. They put propaganda on the History Channel.
Yeah.
Saying that when the aliens come back, they're gonna come back and they're gonna say we created you. And
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
So you see right here, it says Project Bluebeam is conspiracy theory. That's what they call everything about a supposed project whose purpose is to create an artificial second coming in order to control people. As per the alleged theory, the New World Order's purpose is one, to abolish all Christian and traditional religions in order to replace them with one world religion based on the code of man. To abolish all national identities and national pride in order to establish a world identity and world pride. To abolish the family as known today in order to replace them with individuals, all working in the glory of one new world government. I'm going to move forward. It says, U.S. shoots down mysterious object speculation over aliens, Project Blue Green Girl. This is what I'm talking about. They're saying that the aliens is real because they're already bringing this to fruition. Let's move forward. The patents. I'm just showing you the type of stuff they got. Devices and methods to create emotions, creation of emotions. These devices can change the emotions of people. I cannot remember the name of this person, but there was a performer from back in like the 70s who was called crazy, was put into a institution, and they said that they were taking he said at least that they were taking memories, or not memories, ideas directly from his brain. And it reminded me when Michael Jackson said the reason why he makes sure anytime he thinks of something, he do it immediately is because he's scared that Prince is going to steal it, that God is going to give it to Prince. Now, the name of the technology that's supposed to be doing this was called the God voice, the voice of God, I'm sorry. The name of the technology was called the voice of God. And Michael Jackson said that when he thinks of something, he do it immediately because he's afraid that God is going to give it to Prince.
Oh, that was a deity. What was that deity? Regina said, from birth, we've been programmed to believe in a God outside of ourselves and to ignore the God within.
That's why I tell you in the book, ye are gods. Man, that'd be nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. I'm not even going. This is the type of stuff they got. If you want me to, I can put it into the description. Y'all can go through it. Many celebrities own property on Maui. Oprah Winfrey and Jeff Bezos are among those who have part-time homes on the island. Now, this is from 2023, August 10th. The wildfires that have killed at least 55 in Maui are burning on an island and that contains a part-time homes of billionaires, including Oprah Winfrey, Peter Thiel, and Jeff Bezos. The presence of celebrities and tech executives on the island has in the past created tension with locals. Few on the high-profile owners have commented quickly on the status of their homes during the crisis. Mr. Winfrey and all them, whatever. So there's already a lot of celebrities there. So with all these fires causing all these homes to be burned down, and when they try to rebuild it, we know the play. We know what they're gonna do. Now, we brought up last week that Obama's house hasn't been touched by the fires, but that's because his house was supposedly on a whole different island from the fires. When I saw that, I said, of course it is. Of course his house is a different island. You ain't gonna have his house on the same island that's on fire. But
ye are gods often imitated. Good morning. How you doing, Mama Pam?
Mama Pam,
Where are you located in the world? Morning. Link in the bio.
All right. Sold his soul to the devil. Barack Obama's ex-brother Malik shares throwback photo of the president called him a snake and a traitor in a Twitter rant. He began on August 13 when he wrote, "Me as snake, President Barack Obama, when nobody," along with throwback photo of them in Kenya garb. The next day, he commented before he became a snob on the post. The vitriol spilled into more tweets that read, "I just want to be, I just wanted to be a fake snake, big brother, but he rejected me. He, President Barack Obama, is a fake ass snake and a traitor, and he has sold his soul to the devil." I remember somebody made a point. They said that they were warned about Obama in 2008 because a cousin of Obama said, "Be careful."
Why isn't Shantae a mod?
Oh, my God.
She's not a mod. She just said that. How she get in here, but I got blocked. I should be a mod, man.
Oh, my fault.
She talking about Mama Pam. A $5 feet pics for less. Oh shit,
Man, get out of here.
That's George type. George will check you out after the video, Mama Pam. If you are a white woman.
5 feet fixed for lane.
Just feet? We paying $5 for feet? I ain't paying no damn $5 for feet.
This is the post. Nonsense. Let's go back to Travis. That nonsense word.
Oh, George. Oh, you booted her, but you'll link up with her later. For Shay.
Nonsense. What kind of brother is that? I buried my children alone. I buried my aunts alone. I buried my mother alone. And I buried my grandmother alone. What kind of brother is that? Fake ass snake. I know what peace pride, my brother's keeper.
George, she's not blocked. What up, Honorable?
What up, Honorable?
Praise God. Selling feet for $5. Praise God.
Yeah, this is brother. This is Obama brother talking shit about him. Yeah, he gonna link up with her later. George gonna hit up Mama Pam.
Yeah, he gonna link up with
George acting all tough in the chat.
George, you ain't shit.
He gonna be like, so how you doing? He gonna DM her later.
I didn't have blocking it. I guess I had them on timeout.
All right, now I want to show this because we talking about
do half siblings from the father count? Yes, that's the
yeah.
Not everybody say something.
Go ahead and say it. Stand on it.
Half siblings from the father is the one that count.
Oh, what up? What up, Dre? Speaking on the Hawaiian situation, last week we talked about the indigenous people around the world. We said how Hawaiians, they're not black, but they have features that are considered the same as what we consider black people to have. And this right here is I think this is Asians. These are the indigenous
Those are like the San people.
Yeah, these are the indigenous Asian people. Like I said, these are not black people. When we talk about black, a lot of even when I talk about in historical context, when I say there was black people in Europe, not in my family, only the mother children are our brothers and sisters.
Do you go by the Bible context?
Because we don't know her beliefs. We don't know her beliefs.
We don't know your beliefs, Honorable.
My beliefs is the father.
This is a healthy debate. We don't want no smoke. And the Bible said you are the seed of your father.
I better have a blue rinse. That's all I know. You will have.
You will have one. We deeply apologize.
You can give it to her right now.
Shantae.
Hold on, Shantae. Hold on. All right, hold on.
You're gonna have me in here singing Tank, saying "Please don't go." Is it Tank or was it the other dude? Who's singing "Please don't go"? Is it Tank?
It's Tank.
It's Tank. Please don't go. There you go, Shantae.
All right, there you go. You
throw your rant around. You can block anybody you want to. You can put anybody on timeout that you feel.
Look, he being direct with it
Shantae,
too.
you have the power. Put their ass on timeout. Anybody.
All right. So when I say there's black people there were black people in Europe or Russia or China, I'm not talking about black people as we know. Us. I'm saying they were dark-skinned people. So this is in China. Or at least Asian, should I say. These right here are the Fiji people. As you can look at the Fiji people, block me, I bet. What's up? Block George. Oh, these are the Fiji people. Now, when I first saw the Fiji people, the ones I saw at least, they reminded me of some family members that we got. They remind me of some family members that we got.
I would say Fiji people look like black Americans.
Some
of them have that
Australian look. These are Malaysians.
Okay, she said, I don't follow religion. I follow my ancestors. U.S. slavery had nothing to do with the seed of one's father. You inherit your mother's status.
You talking about that's politics? That's you talking about laws of the land? I mean, according to the scripture,
Until
you go based
black
on the law of the
and white
land.
realizes their crayon colors are status, the convention will continue to reflect on the dog chasing his tail. The conversation will continue to reflect on the dog chasing his tail. I'm going to try to use my lows for good, not evil.
My powers. You gonna say powers for good?
Powers.
I don't beg. I demand G-Dub. Stop crying. All right, this is Malaysians. As you can see, got the afro look, flat noses, wide faces, as I said. not black people, but most indigenous groups have certain looks.
I would say
that
this
come
is
with
how
it.
they looked. This is how all people of the planet.
This is Tony
Look.
Tone. She put this out. She said Malaysian, Australian, and Philippines and Britain.
The elder Polynesian woman in Hawaii reminded me of my grandmother and her sisters.
Yeah, the woman in there's a couple Fiji people that remind me of my grandmother too. Now, these are the Australian indigenous, Malaysian.
Woo.
See here, this is the British dude. This is what they call him, the cheese. They had a name called him Cheese Man or something like that. I forgot the name.
Some of these people look rough.
Some of the damn Australians.
The Australians look rough.
Now I'm going to bring this up to say because we talked about the weather systems. African civil organizations demand removal from U.S. company for climate summit board. So some of the African countries are asking for America to be taken off of their climate change board.
Stop claiming these people. Honorable, we're not claiming these
We're
people.
saying
These are
they're
not black people.
We're saying they're not black.
I would be the first. I'm the first person to go. These are not black American people.
No, we're saying they're
They're
not.
just-
We're saying that indigenous people all have this look. We have to stop going based off of the look to tell who people say who people are. Because there are people who are in India and look just like black Americans or look or black quote unquote or people all over these places. That don't mean they're your people.
Kiefer family look rough. That's what Travis trying to say. I'm saying them Australians look rough. Shantae, oh my fucking God. Dishonorable people are people. Shots.
Look at this.
Don't let them talk to you. Don't let them talk to you like that, Honorable Sienna.
Famed 5,300-year-old Alps Iceman was a balding middle-aged man with dark skin and eyes. Once again, this does not mean this was a black man.
This means a man of
He was just
color.
dark-skinned man. He was a quote-unquote... You said it. Say it again. You said it. Say it again. He messed up. Y'all say it. You said man of color.
I have a right to remain silent.
So I'm not saying that these are black people. All right.
These are not black American people.
Now I'm going to show y'all a commercial for Jack Link's beef jerky. Let me show y'all this commercial.
So they all Asian people that walk somewhere far.
Well, African, quote unquote. And didn't they say the cradle of the new theory is the cradle of the world started in what, Ethiopia, was it?
Huh?
Didn't they say the cradle of the world started in Ethiopia?
Some people say that.
Something like that. Now
That's
remember,
some bullshit.
Now, remember a few months ago, we talked about how the wild people, these people, they tell you who they are based off of the history lesson they teach you. They show you these monkeys turning into cavemen, turning into white people. And then you say, well, where's the black people at? If you're saying that white people came from black people, then who does the monkey represent? Now, this is telling you who they really are in this commercial here. They've been doing this for a long time. Ever since that movie, Harry and the Hendersons.
We've all got a wild side.
Feed it with meat.
Jack Links.
That's who they really are. They telling you who they are, all these
The
commercials.
cave people
They are the cave people.
that was shaved.
They are the wild
down.
men. They are the beasts. They are all those, the snowmen, all that other stuff. I know y'all remember the commercial from Geico. So easy a caveman could do it. Exactly. They've been telling you for the longest. What the fuck did I just watch?
You watch it all the time. You love being in bed with them. Stop acting stupid. What the fuck did I watch?
You watch them.
According to you, you watch it all the fucking time.
You watch them tell you who they are every day.
Their skin color is a reaction to the sun. Y'all, we've all seen that video of how white people's
They put on sand lotion, ultralight.
The ultralight.
The ultralight made them look black when they have suntan lotion on. So basically, the sun
freckles all over their fucking faces.
When they put on suntan lotion, the sun see them as quote unquote black.
That was a lot.
Man, Bunny,
that was a lot.
Mad Bunny, but not Harry. They eat
Shit,
mad
I don't
turtles.
believe you.
They eat mad turtles. I'm just saying. Oh yeah.
Well, we don't believe you. You need more people.
So easy a caveman could do it.
Bunnies are light and fluffy, like you, Travis, without the sun.
All right, let's get to some real good stuff right quick. We got a little history. We talked about going on over there, the weather systems, they're changing. Let's get to something funny. Never did I think that Charlamagne Tha God will get his boots smoked on the Breakfast Club by Larry
Why not?
Elder.
Why not?
Because it's crazy. Not saying that he's a super intelligent dude or nothing. I'm just saying, like,
he's intelligent. He knows how to use his words.
But how you get smoked by him? Larry Elder fused with Charlamagne Tha God over Biden's "You Ain't Black" line. Should have been a wake-up call. Let me show the video of how this went down. How Charlamagne got his boots smoked on his own show by somebody who is recognized as, we call him a sellout, a coon, person with views that are very negative as far as how you view black people, or at least politically, at least, maybe even socially. Let me just
What
show.
is his views on how he view black people? Do you know? Or are you just saying stuff?
His politics?
What is his politics on black people? What is his views?
There's no such thing as racism, that all it is complaining. There's no need for reparations, that all of our failures are our own. There was no plan. There's no systematic racism that's done anything to handicap us as a community at all. What do you mean? That's his belief.
Can we stop using the God in his name? Very disappointing in the Breakfast Club. Larry shouldn't have been on the platform. Great convo.
I don't mind people talking to people to disagree with. That's me personally. I listen to people all the time who I do not agree with for the most part, but I'll listen just to see what you're saying.
Well, I'm sure Honorable would say the same reason why Duke just said that Larry Elderly should not be on the Breakfast Club platform because, I called him elderly.
Yeah, I know.
Just repeat what you just said.
I said I listen to people that I disagree with.
After that, when I said, what is his beliefs on black people?
That black people are excuse makers, basically.
Okay. So that's why Honorable Sienna probably would say, why would you put a person on a platform like that who you say has negative views on the black community?
Because if you have the mental capacity, you should be able to get up there and make him look stupid for what he's saying.
But Charlamagne can't fucking do that.
That's my point. If you're going to bring him up there, you need to be able to say something.
Bring the fly, me too, dude. Listen to other views. Tom Green, I believe in reparations, but brothers and sisters are complaining. George.
I believe in reparations, but
he want that damn check. He better hope them fucking floods don't come to California.
The floods. All right, let me play how this went down. I'm not going to put a whole 2-minute clip.
But racist ass Joe Biden and crackling hairs can go on. Exactly, Kiefer.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Nobody said, why the fuck is Joe Biden on his platform? All this shit he's done to affect the black community in a negative way.
But there are people that said that it shouldn't be up there either. When Kamala Harris went up there were a lot of people that said, why is she on the Breakfast Club? When Biden went up there, why is he on the Breakfast Club? Hell, after he said he's not for really, he's been speaking about reparation. When Bernie Sanders went up there, why is he on Breakfast Club? So people did say that. But yeah, let me.
Have you ever heard of the term "nigga wake up call"?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded rather brutally by an unexpected act of racism. Have you ever had any of those?
Brother.
Brother. Now keep in mind, Larry Elder is the dude who just ran for office. I believe they did the same thing to him that they tried to do with Trump by pushing Trump as a candidate in 2016, thinking that Hilary would easily beat him. He ended up beating her. I think they pushed him as a candidate in California because they knew Newsom would beat him. Because he doesn't have any real ground support.
Travis always supporting his white lodge daddies named Tom. Take notes, people. Fuck you, George. Get off the fucking plantation.
Well, I'm acutely aware, Charlamagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say,
you just not talk about a nigger wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney. Because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't.
Damn. Damn. Oh my God.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
God damn. And it was crazy is he had it loaded up. He was ready for Charlamagne. He was ready for Charlamagne. He had it loaded up, ready
Read
for him.
honorable comment.
Huh?
Read honorable
Go
comment.
ahead. What?
I'm asking you to read it.
I can't. Larry is beyond disagreement. He's a coon that has learned how to advance himself into the dominant society with this behave oneself out of oppression ideology. All antiquated talking points. Oh,
Now-
I agree.
Kiefer, is he a coon because he doesn't share your same beliefs? Just curious.
No, he's a coon for what he said. I believe he's a sellout for what he said in the Trayvon Martin situation. He went out of his way to condemn him. Like went out of his way. I would love to have Zimmerman as my neighbor or whatever. He went over to the UK and was discussed. He went out of his way.
And
to
I
defend him.
don't share that.
He was saying that he basically was saying he deserved it.
Not everything that he says I agree with. But that doesn't mean some of the things that he says you can't agree with.
Common sense things are easy to agree with. It's common sense. The things he say that make sense are common sense. It's just other stuff that we go, all right, you doing stuff to get on Fox News or to get on one of these places. They're gonna put you on camera to say stuff so that you can get a check. When that stuff he said about Trayvon Martin, he said that for a check. No, without it, I believe in my belief, he said it without a doubt for a check. That was crazy because it didn't make sense.
Common sense ain't common anymore. That's
Black person.
Absolutely correct.
Movie theaters and restaurants and women. And to have a white guy come in here and tell you have to say think a certain kind of way, otherwise you, quote, ain't black? Wow.
How should I have replied to him, you think?
What I just now said, how dare you insult me and tell me I think as a human being, let alone as a black person? I don't tell you how to think, Joe Biden. How dare you come in here and tell me how I should think? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump if I want to vote for Donald Trump. And if I want to vote for Donald Trump, it does not make me not black. 20% of black people, black men, as I said, voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Are they not black now? So only 80% of black people, black men walking around are really black, 20% are not because they voted for Donald Trump? How insulting is that? How condescending is that?
Then talk about the things we can't all agree with. Why focus on things we don't agree with?
That's a good point.
Kiefer.
But I can't just dismiss. But see, that's the thing. If you give a strong opinion, people are going to have a strong opinion on your opinion.
I don't care.
So when he gave a strong opinion on that situation, me personally, yeah, I formed a strong opinion on what he said. And I don't really want to hear much from you now.
Did you block Tom Green?
Who?
Are you serious, George? You better have not blocked Tom Green. Did you do that shit?
I don't think you did. All right, now this is Larry Elder being...
She said, just learned after seeing Larry's interview, the conservatives believe that they are independent thinkers. All this time, I thought they were a mob that was indoctrinated with anti-black talking points. Not just because you're conservative doesn't mean that you think like Larry Elderly.
No. Here's the thing. Whenever you hear somebody say I'm an independent thinker, that means they're independent thinking. Let me say this. When you hear a black person say I'm an independent thinker, sometimes it means I'm a person who think about stuff from a three-dimensional perspective. I might agree more conservatively sometimes. I might agree more liberally sometimes. I am a person who has an opinion. I'm a full person who has full opinions on many different things. But a lot of times when they say I'm a free thinker, what they're saying is I don't agree with the party line of the Democrats and what black people typically believe. When you hear a black person say that, that's typically what they mean. I'm going to agree. I'm going to disagree with a lot of the stuff that the stereotypical things that black people agree with politically. That's usually what free thinker means. Sometimes it means the opposite. It means I'm a person who view things from each perspective individually, but a lot of times it don't.
No, I can't read, George. That's why I don't read your comments. I can't read.
Exactly. I'm a free thinker. I'm a true free thinker. I can listen to somebody I agree with and disagree with and agree with them on some things.
Who you
I
trying
can
to
look
take
at somebody
shots?
I don't agree with
Who you
and
trying to
agree
take
with them on
shots at?
something, huh? What?
You trying to take shots or are you just saying
Shots
that?
at who?
Okay.
Dude, read my comments because Travis covering.
No, I don't read his fucking comments.
Why did Larry go to a predominantly black platform? He knows black women not voting for him. Why come to the Breakfast Club and PR team to put him there so he can get the looks? Well, yeah, he definitely went on the platform just to get a voice. I mean, the Breakfast Club is not as vital to black politics, or it's not the center of black media as it used to be 10 years ago, 6-7 years ago. But it's still important to go there if you're in politics.
If you block Tom, your ranch will be taken away. Go ahead and block Tom. Do it, George. Do it.
I know this is Larry Elder talking about reparations.
Now, because it's in that, all of a sudden, the governor is accused of somehow defending slavery. He's not doing anything of the sort.
Damn right, Kiefer. Damn right.
That's true, Kiefer.
Black woman put Joe Biden in the White House.
One that defended slavery. In your comments, you said that, like it or not, slavery was legal in response to reparations. So it's you that was defending slavery, correct?
Defending it and saying that it's illegal are two very different things. Slavery, unfortunately.
That was your response. That was your response into if reparations should happen. So your response to that was, like it or not, slavery was legal, and one would think that was a defense on those who were asking.
Well, you would think it was a defense, but it is not a defense. Unfortunately, slavery has been part and parcel of human history from the very beginning. Asians enslaved Asians, whites enslaved whites, blacks enslaved blacks, Native Americans enslaved Native Americans. There are a lot of people have bloody hands in slavery. Mm-hmm. For example, slavery could not have existed had it not been for African chieftains who were selling black slaves captured in battle or captured through raids and selling them to European and Arab slavers. It could not have existed without that. So everybody has dirty hands here. That's why reparations is such a foolish thing. If you're going to get reparations from the 5% or so of white people that have some sort of generational connection to slavery, and that's all there is, then you need to go back to Africa and get money from African countries that were involved.
We saying that too, though.
Yeah, but not enough people are saying that.
That's true.
Not enough people are saying that.
Slave trade and in the Arab slave trade. And by the way, the Arab slave trade was even worse than European slave trade.
So if they go after the money from the other countries, then would you agree that it would be okay to go after the money from America? Is that your problem?
When are you going to stop with this? Everybody has a grievance.
I just asked a simple question.
I'm answering your question. There's no end. There'll be no end to this because slavery has been part of human history from the very beginning.
So I asked you a very simple question. You said, if you're going to go after it in America, go after it in Africa. So if we all agree to go after it in Africa, will you then agree to go after it in America? It's just a simple question. Yes or no?
No, I won't, because it's a waste of time. We ought to be spending our time on education. Now, because it's in that.
What do you think about his response? Oh, good. You read comments.
Kiefer said, doesn't seem like black women are making good choices for the nation. I can't get behind this nonsense.
Nonsense.
And then she said, and she sounds masculine. They sick the dog on him, perpetuating every stereotype. I love it.
Look at you. I love it.
I love it.
Who the hell is she? Oh, that's the I forgot how to say her name. She don't want to be with. She don't only be with him, but I know her from being around Tariq Nasheed. That's how I know her. She's an idiot. That's who she is. No, you could tell that she was getting hot blooded. She wasn't as calm as she needed to be.
Honorable said, I would love to see the look on Larry's face if all African Americans voted red. What do y'all think the new hustle would be?
I always wanted that too. If y'all saying do it your way, if black America, let's say you don't even get the whole 100%. Let's say you get 70% of black men and women to do it your way.
Shout out to Shelly, Papa O'Neilly. Shelly, what up? How you doing?
Shout out to she be with Tariq. No, that's how I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to make it seem like she's only known for that. That's how I know her.
Okay, Honorable Sienna's question.
Oh, I always wanted to question. I was asked that question too. If you get 70% of black people to go the black Republican way, do it their way, how would they react to that?
Brilliantly flawed, talking shit about her hairline.
Would they?
And Honorable Sienna said, "Who the hell is this? Who the hell is she?"
I remember when she put a picture on the internet and she showed she got a big ass and everybody was like, "Oh Lord." She got a little attention for like a day, but then people was like, "This is so unprofessional. Have some decency." She was like, "Y'all just
she
jealous."
got ass, she can't help it.
She was like, "Y'all just jealous of these men." Like,
he said her name is
Tezin.
Tezin.
I think you spell it with I think it's like T something YLN. Teslin.
Grassroots definitely want West African to pay for participating in the trade. Now the question you were asking me, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How do you think they would react? What Honorable said. If you 70%, this is 70% of black American men and women.
You're saying how would the conservatives act?
how the black Republicans would react to that.
I would think they feel like they've accomplished something.
But
quote,
what would they expect to change? Okay, vote Republican.
Well, then the pressure would be on the Republican Party to start giving us what's the word I'm looking for?
No. They don't believe in any give you something. They would say policy as in more criminal.
Well, not all of them believe that. Not all conservatives believe that.
I'm not saying all. I'm talking about a particular sect, obviously.
We can't just talk about one particular. Shout out to KD.
Oh, what up, KD?
We can't just go with one sector of the conservatives, because some conservatives do believe we are owed reparations and want tangibles.
That's true.
So we just can't go with one.
But when you say black conservative, you know who you're talking about.
No, I don't know who I'm talking about.
All right. Now we're going to play. We don't know. All right.
Never trust a big butt and a smile. That's not true. That is not true, Shantae. Look, George, I trust big butts and smiles.
And that's why I'm here today.
Oh, shit.
Big butt made me smile for a while.
She definitely emotional. Shout out Honorable Sienna giving a hand. That is she asking a question? She raising her hand?
I'm saying hello to somebody, man.
Oh, okay.
Look at you assuming. I thought you about to say sticking out the middle finger.
No, if she would have stuck her middle finger up, I would have saw the hand with the middle finger. Now she can do that if she want to.
All right, let me show this video here. This is
thicker than a Snicker.
Thicker than a Snicker. Thicker than cold grits.
Oof. Cold grits is thick as hell.
All right, let me play this video here.
Buttered cold grits.
He worked hard.
I worked hard. I get up at 4 o'clock and get my breakfast done. Just at dawn of day, I go to the field.
By the way, shout out to Real Black. Everybody subscribe to him. We all seen his videos on his page. Real Black, shout out to him.
And we pick cotton.
Mr. and Mrs. Haywood Jenkins of Sharkey County, Mississippi have, between them, picked cotton for over a century.
My boss man came along. He says, Mary Jane? I said, sir. Says, I say, when you wash? I said, I washed last night. He said, I don't want you to do that no more. That's my agent, you know. He says, every Friday morning or Friday evening, you wash. And let all the children stay there with you until you get through. When you get through, then y'all can go back to the field and wait. Now, the agents was mean, some of them. Some of them was mean. They want to hook the colored people. And that time, the white man come along. He says, hey, but you ain't in the field yet? He just had started plowing. He said, yes, I've just not had to eat my dinner. God damn it, you ain't doing a goddamn thing. Says, God damn it, I ought to take this damn stick and frail the hell out you. He said, no, he said, if you frail the hell out of me, goddamn, I frail the hell out of you. It make me feel bad if I was under you know, how mean you would treat us like.
George is a fucking idiot. You see what he said?
What?
That lady wasn't doing that at her age.
What?
I can't wait for StreamYard. I will address Travis if you put up a StreamYard next week. I'm not addressing you. There's nothing for me to address. I watched the entire documentary. Love his page.
Yeah,
He's talking about Real Black.
Yeah, Real Black. Shout out to him.
Man, I bet her gummy head was on point.
What?
And she can make some mean biscuits.
George.
Yep. It was not a typo.
George.
I said hey to the people y'all called out.
See? All right. Yeah,
look at Shantae. She pissed off.
I would address you.
You will not address me.
So I was showing that, and
I'm nobody to address.
They're telling the stuff they went through. I think there's some recompense for that. It will be. There will be recompense.
There will be.
So yeah. All right. Quick question. This is the dude Robin Robson on Twitter. He basically
disrespectful.
I'm not going to read the entire thread, but he's making the argument that black people, if we want to be a black nation, we have to build our own country outside of America. He said to be a black American nationalist is to ultimately have the goal of having our own country. America is not a black American nation. We are not its founders, nor its designers. We contributed, but it's not entirely ours. I'm not content with us being a side character in the story that we are forced into. Don't mistake this for me. I'm telling you to give up on all. I'm telling you to give up on all that we have gone through in this country. I mean, I'm merely telling you it's time to write our own story and set our own rules. Every people should have originators in his own. Should be the originators of their own destiny, the protectors of their own schemes, and creators of the events that led to the destiny. Martin Delaney. So basically, he's saying he wants to get and build a country outside of America. He says he want to go to a country in Africa in particular, buy land, and create a Black American country.
So what the fuck are we talking about? That's still not going to be yours. You want to go to a country in Africa and buy land
and build a country, build a nation.
They're not going to let you do that over there. Why would they let you do that over there? Don't you see the videos on YouTube where Black people are going back to Africa and they having fucking problems over there with them, calling them scammers, talking about how they treating them?
Yeah.
But you're going to go to Africa.
But you won't be in one of their countries. You'll be in your own country.
You are going to be in one of their countries because their countries are already established.
No, you don't go there with 2 million people and just stay in their cities.
So
while
you slowly infiltrate.
No, you slowly build the country, and then when you get enough infrastructure, then you move the people in.
That's not going to happen. They're not going to allow you to do that.
Well, his point is America will fall one day. I don't wish to fall with it. And that's what I was asking about reparations. If you get it and the country falls, your reparations mean nothing. So if you get reparations from them, you need the country to stay powerful. You need the dollar to stay the dollar. Unless you get it in other forms at least.
At Tom Green, wherever you are, please stop giving George.
You ain't leaving, I guess.
Huh?
You ain't leaving.
See, I don't like when you do that.
What?
Because you try to paint this picture of me. I'm just this American patriot. I'm not going anywhere. I view it as, why should I have to go somewhere when my ancestors built this? Why go over to another land, restart over, and have hell in the land where you're going to go to too? If you read the Bible, you know what the Bible says. Not everybody believes that.
Yeah, nobody.
Then you know that we are going to suffer until the Most High says it's time for us to stop suffering, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that don't mean you have to sit there and take all of it.
So I'm gonna go somewhere else and deal with the same shit.
It's the same.
It's the same.
All right. People who talk like that are agents. Has he renounced his citizenship? Of course he hasn't.
They never renounced their citizenship. They want dual
that's why I
citizenship.
That's why I said it's just talking. I'm not saying he's actually.
So if shit don't work out where they're going to, they have America to fall back on. And that's what I don't like. If you hate this country so much and you want to get rid of it and do with it, then get rid of your citizenship. But they never get rid of their fucking citizenship, do they? No.
Some probably do.
Name one. You know, said they got rid of their citizenship. Shout out to Craig Council. How you doing, brother?
What up, Craig?
People who talk like they are agents, he needs to show us he renounced his citizenship.
All right, I'm gonna show this. This is Say Less. You got the Juice Bishop.
Who are you talking to?
All right, look at this. This is James Sanders Jr. This is a New York State Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian legislative caucus. You see this? New York State Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian legislative caucus. The road to reparations panel discussion.
People of color. That's New York. That's why I don't.
When I show you this,
that's what the fuck I be talking about with New York.
Now they live streamed it. I'm gonna show you this clip.
I do not. This is so bad what I'm about to say, and it's gonna be points taken off of me. Stay your ass in New York. Do not repatriate to the fucking South. Do not come back.
You gonna disagree when you hear this?
Because if you come back, you'll hear those fucking tethers are gonna follow right behind them.
You gonna disagree when you hear this?
Okay, hit play.
So you said all that, and you about to disagree with what you just said.
Okay.
You know, it's something that you can actually get at. You can absolutely talk about those who were part of the great migrations out of the South to New York, who were redlined and discriminated and who have had adverse opportunities. My grandparents on my Jamaican side, Ellis Island immigrants, you know, they came here. Again.
The sick he brought up the Jamaican side, it was like, oh, come on,
my
man.
Jamaican side, Ellis Island immigrants, you know, they came here. Again, when they came to New York, when they came to listen,
okay.
Listen.
Let's let him finish, please. Thank you.
This is, you know, listen.
All right, let's let him finish, please. Thank you.
Let me again.
Everyone, please, let's let him finish. Thank you.
You have to look at. Again, you have to look at cohorts of population. And just as they say, when you talk about classes of impacted populations. What are those cohorts? What are those classes of impacted population as they related to the state? If because of race they were denied an opportunity, and that's documented, and again,
all right, sir.
You damn Skippy.
This is listen.
You damn Skippy.
Listen.
Sir, let's let him finish, please.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll go on to the next question.
Yeah, that's the best bet.
So why
Because if you don't, you're going to continue to get booed.
Or why are they? You can clarify for us. Everyone, please. We're going through the questions now. Thank you.
Can I say something real quick? May I? Can I say something real quick? These young men and women on the stage. Your brother, hold up. Your brother. Say something real quick. May I?
This is what he said.
Can I say something real quick? These young men and women on the stage. Your brother, hold up. Don't call me.
She laughing.
You don't even know. You don't even know my story.
See?
You don't even know my story.
Boo.
Listen.
Boo.
We won't be having this conversation if it wasn't for these men and women on the stage right now. Let me tell you something. Hold up. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters.
Everyone, please.
When we had these conversations in Albany, this is what we faced.
So they wasn't having it. They tried to get that shit off. They started booing him immediately.
Right.
Get up out of here. We ain't trying to hear all that.
I'm proud of those, the ones that did that. But I'm sorry, y'all have to stay. Honorable Sienna said, New York, New Jersey, California, and Florida are lost people. We can't help them at this point. You know what? I'm going to throw Washington State in the damn bucket, too.
Oh, shit. So you said that Regina can't leave here?
Regina, Washington State is not that far off as the other one, but they pretty far off here, too.
Wow.
They don't tend to fuck with the tethers. They more with the whites.
Who?
The blacks here. They like to integrate with whites here.
Oh, that's a lot of places. They ain't just Washington.
It's a lot in Washington. And yeah.
All right.
Honorable facts.
I tried to catch it. It sounded like he called him Dumbo or something. He said something.
She said what was said from the audience.
The dude, I can't quite say hear what he said, but it was something that made the black woman on the panel start laughing.
The panel was a dud.
The black woman started laughing at him.
Should have been an email. Should have been on Zoom.
Oh Lord. All right.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah.
New York,
New Jersey, California. Yeah. Florida. Yeah.
Wait, what? Hold on, y'all. Did they get deleted? I just showed it. What's called it? Forget it. All right. I saw this story. Hip hop has always been queer. That story just hasn't always been told. Now, this is a website called...
You know what Brittany Clark gonna say? More faggy stories.
This is...
More faggy news. I didn't even see this article, by the way. I think
you actually deleted it.
Did I actually delete it, or was the Most High saying delete this shit? Was it me, or was my hand moved by the Most High?
But the name of this website is Pop Sugar.
Pop Sugar.
So they said this, and in the article they went into how in the beginning stages hip hop was more universal as far as backgrounds. And the reason why they say that is because they said in the 70s. Now let me say this. In the 70s, that was true pansexuality. We know the stories that they said was going on in the 70s with cocaine and...
Brandon Jefferson, shout out to Brandon.
What's that drug? What's that drug? More faggy news. What's that drug they said Bill Cosby was giving?
Quaaludes.
So in the 70s...
Thigh openers.
That was said by the dude who ran Playboy. But Quaaludes, cocaine, all this type of drugs were big in the 70s. There was they would do a lot of things in the 70s. So if you look at the way they dressed, it was very unisex type dressing. The dudes would dress in certain clothing. I mean,
look at Ronald Isley and his brother. They not the only group, though.
All those groups.
They dressed,
Michael Jackson.
They had on the bell bottoms with. It's literally stuff you see women wearing with the bell bottoms and you know how the shirt be tied underneath their breasts.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of shit they were wearing, but that was seen. What were they wearing? What's it called?
What's some metrosexual stuff?
Like the stockings and.
Yeah, it was a different time. Let's just give them that leeway. It was a different time. But also, when they said that it was always been queer, let's not forget about African Bambaataa. I know that's kind of been swept under the rug. The allegations that came out against him, that allegedly he was, African Bambaataa. Now, when they say this, the first thing that came to my head is, in a time where hip hop seems to be at a turning point, it's not. The artistry isn't as good. The creativeness is down.
Craig said it's called androgynous.
Androgynous, that's it. At a moment where hip hop is at a turning point and the creativeness is down and it doesn't seem like the artists are as good, why is everybody trying to take claim over it? Everybody's trying to take some type of claim over hip hop in particular. Why do they want that one so bad?
Because it's a very popular genre of music right now.
I think it's more to it. Let me show this right here. Now this is, I think it's Al Jazeera Plus. Look what they put out.
Look what Honorable Sienna said.
What's she say? Queer, I believe it. They would explain now how Jamaicans, child prostitutes, backed by the CIA, were able to infiltrate the black community with that war on drugs BS.
Yeah.
I won't say that hip hop is queer or whatever. I'll say that hip hop always had a spirit from the beginning that was a bit strange. And not just hip hop, a lot of musical genres were a bit, So I won't say they created it or encouraged a certain.
Well, the
thing.
Isley Brothers was not hip hop; that was funk.
That's why I said not just hip hop.
So
I said not just hip hop. Hell, even James Brown used to wear pretty much those what do they call those shoes?
Bell bottoms,
those platform shoes, they're like heels.
Yeah.
So look at the jet. It is what it is. All right, now I'm gonna play this video of Al Jazeera, I believe, plus discussing the Caribbean roots of hip hop.
Did you know that hip hop has many Caribbean roots?
There we go. That's correct, Honorable. That's what I was trying to. Yeah, black artists were all modeling themselves after white rock stars with the way they dressing at the time. That's true. That's true. Because rock stars were literally wearing dresses on stage when they performed.
Who Troop Travis?
Yeah.
People love.
Did you know that hip hop has many Caribbean roots?
People love reggae all around the world. Those rhythms and those tones transcend cultures and boundaries.
For example, take one of the founding fathers of hip hop, DJ Kool Herc. He was a Jamaican immigrant who would mix reggae elements with funk and soul beats at block parties in the Bronx during the 70s.
He actually said that's a lie. He said that whenever he did parties for African Americans, they didn't want nothing to do with no reggae and shit in the 70s or the early 80s. They didn't want nothing to do with no reggae. So he said that he had to play African American music like funk and R&B and all that stuff, soul beats, to get them to actually stay at the parties. So that's a lie. He did not mix nothing.
And I told them, I said, I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to call it a merry-go-round.
DJ Kool
They
Herc
want to claim hip hop because they have no dignity,
which is the basis of early hip hop music. And rapping over beats was partly inspired by toasting, a type of lyrical chanting over a rhythm. The technique was popular in dancehall and reggae music in Jamaica in the 1960s.
Black people were doing that back in the damn 20s.
Well, look at that shit
30s.
he doing.
Yeah, he rolling his hips while
he rolling.
Hip-hop was institutionalized in the Bronx in the 1970s, but its elements were developed throughout New York City's Afro-Caribbean, Latino, and African-American communities, including in Brooklyn and Queens.
Sister Nancy is one of the biggest, right? That's bum 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 bidum. Jay-Z and a bunch of other people have sampled that specific song from Sister Nancy.
For the final time, you don't believe these fools. I never seen a worker rock so many jewels. Never.
A lot of Caribbean music is based in happiness, right? It's very joyful, but there's also a lot of it that is based on struggle because the music is so real and speaks about emotions that anybody can access and feel. So even
Lord using crisscross as an example in hip hop.
though you may not understand what jumping up behind a truck means, the emotion expressed in the music translates well. It's the same for reggae music. Bob Marley, whose music is still transcends time.
Big-time rappers with Caribbean ancestry like Tyga and Cardi B have reflected island culture in their music, like One of One.
I wanna go one-on-one with.
He's fucking Asian too.
Huh?
He's fucking Asian too.
Like it.
Like cardio.
Soca music and reggae music influenced not just hip hop but Afrobeat and soulful house. It helped.
Imagine saying that the genre that was you. Imagine saying that soca and reggae influenced African Americans when that reggae and soca was influenced by African Americans.
You true. Sean
you was
said
influenced by
Tiger
us
from
and-
Calabasas.
Tiger from Calabasas. That nigga ain't from no
That's a
town.
city in California. She said that's where the fuck he from.
Propel our culture to new places and
That shit
expand
didn't influence
how great
hip-hop.
and how happy
Bruh, you
and
tripping.
how sad and
Fuck
how
outta here.
how hard our culture has been.
And you notice the last year or so, we'll move forward now.
This shit is disgusting.
Last year or so, they've been pushing that narrative really hard. I would say it really took off right around the time the 80 West FBA Freedmen thing politically started. So around 2016, or not 2016, like 2018,
Yeah.
2019. That's when this discussion really took off. Go
These
ahead.
Negroes want everything we invent. That's not true. Some of them not Negroes.
This dude is gay. All right, let me show you something else that I've seen people try and take credit for. But now, I remember somebody said how Black Americans came up with the shape up in the barbershop, going to the barbershop to get a shape up. And they were trying to dispute that until it says, you look up shape up, it literally says an African American thing that was invented in it was invented in America. What you say?
The revisionist history.
This is Honorable Sienna.
Notice how it never starts from the point of after World War II, where Southern Black Americans radio started to influence Jamaicans because it was one of the few radio stations.
Exactly. They got inspired listening to our music in their country.
Look what Keith.
Everyone is gay to you, George.
And look his response.
Keith, you gay?
Oh, God.
He stood on it though. At least he stood on it.
No, that nigga don't back down.
He
I gotta
stood on
give
it.
him.
He
He
said
a tough
everybody
ass.
he did it to you too.
He a tough ass cookie. I can't lie.
Now, prove me
Stale ass
wrong.
biscuit.
All right, now this right here is
George sleep with his fist balled up.
I like the Arthur fish, the chicken fish.
Oh God,
got me good. Now, this right here is the invention of the DAP.
Do you remember the DAP? Do you still do the DAP 16 years later?
You'd have to take me through it. I could show him
Just a
one.
modified
one.
Okay.
The dap was the unofficial greeting of one blood to another, an occasion of endless handshakes and grips, a 2-minute way of saying, you are my brother and I will die for you, and meanwhile, blood, I'll see you back in the world.
This is unfortunate that a lot of the stuff we do in our culture gets bastardized and something becoming negative, because now the same dap or handshake and calling your brother your blood is now gang related.
True.
Do you remember?
So you see right here, this is a Black American Vietnam soldiers invented the dignity and pride handshake known as a DAP after the military banned the Black Power fist in the 60s. This is a video of Arthur Woodley Jr. and his battle buddy doing the variation of the DAP. Now they saying Jamaicans.
George working his chat like a part-time job.
Now they saying Jamaican food is soul food. Y'all saw that too?
Yeah, we saw that too. On Sienna, I flipped out when they said Jamaican food is soul food. I was like,
why y'all want to talk?
They said it's soul food too.
There's a dude on Twitter called Soul People, Soul something TV. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. He does like these mashups of black people, Black American historical context stuff. He tells you where the music comes from. He breaks it down. He got interviews with Kool Herc and all these people telling you we were copying them. They got mad at him because he referred to the essence and the energy of Black Americans as soul and said that we the ones that possess it. Keep in mind, we're the ones that coined it. Not the word soul, but the notion that soul is a thing that Black people have. Like right now, you go to Korea, they refer to you as a soul person. You're a soul man. The food, they understand the idea of soul because obviously when they was over there during not Vietnam, they was over there during the war.
Yeah.
A lot of the culture, they started copying the Black Americans over there. The chicken, that's how they got the chicken recipe and all the other stuff. How you get mad at Black Americans for calling our essence soul and saying you ain't got it?
Kiefer said they can have the high blood pressure and high cholesterol.
Have it.
Shaking my head.
They can't have it all.
Soul food.
Sold it
for you.
To your niggas. They can't have it all. Keith.
Honorable, hit the like button. Peace. Honorable, you heading out?
All right, let me, I'm going to play this too. Now, this is old. Y'all might have already seen this. This is supposedly where the song Juicy came from Notorious B.I.G. Big piece. Now they're saying that this was not they're trying to say that Biggie didn't copy him, that this was just a this song, he didn't copy his name. Biggie got his name from some white dude named Biggie. No, his name, Biggie or something like that. He was a white dude that was in the industry. And now, I think it was a year ago I found out about this song. They said that this was originally done by a guy from Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. Now, immediately, you know who people started blaming? Diddy. It was Diddy. Diddy the one that be stealing shit.
Brandon, I am the embodiment of social engineering. Pig feet and scraps. Have it. LOL. Dishonorable, get out before you get laid out. Come back correct next week.
George.
Damn, you a Georgia.
Now look at this. Now remember in that song Juicy, what was one of the lines that Biggie said? Down from the Mississippi down to the East Coast.
It all makes sense now.
The dude was from Mississippi. I love spicy hot head cheese.
That's in the South. Ain't that head hot?
Hog head cheese, yeah.
Everything gets bastardized by the Larry types who had to offer something to the dominant society to advance themselves. I can agree with that.
That's why you got all the people getting online telling all the lingo that we got.
Bullshit.
To get views and shit.
Biggie copied his whole style.
Also, did y'all know that Busta Rhymes got his name from Black American? An athlete named Buster Rhymes.
Okay, not leaving. I just wanted people to like the video. Okay.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna see. You seen this already, or did you not see this one yet?
No, I didn't. See
I think you're gonna have a disagreement on this one. How she went about this. So basically, she went in and accused the restaurant or this establishment of cultural appropriation. You want to tell me what you think?
No. Okay. Interesting.
No sound.
How's it going? Good, how are you? Doing good. Doing good. Olivia? Yeah, Taro Slush. Got you. Well, it's coming up right now. Okay. I have a question. Are you guys black owned?
We're Indonesian.
Okay, do you think using this, you guys are not using black culture to gain attention?
Not at all.
You don't think this is black culture?
I think
Is
I
this
think
Asian?
everyone
Is this Asian culture?
The common house is definitely an Asian culture. That's what
No, but it's the trap house though. Is that Asian
That's not a
culture?
trap house.
Yes, it is.
That's the
Trap
I can show you where it's inspired from.
Trap tea, the boba plug. You're using black culture to gain customers. This establishment is not black owned, but you're stealing black culture. Is this not black culture? Trap tea, the boba plug? No, you're thieves. Asian people stealing black culture.
Okay. Not too much on Joy.
Damn right. Get him, Honorable.
Joy said, soul food ain't bad if you got soul.
Honorable said soul food isn't bad. I went vegan for a year only eating soul food. It can be healthy if you use healthy ingredients.
Yeah.
Not too much on me, George.
Oh, not too much on me. I'm sorry.
She went a little extra with that. LOL.
Now, what y'all think? Now, she's saying that them naming the tea trap tea.
Oh, you didn't bring her to Busta?
I did.
Okay, sorry.
I said Busta's name came from
a white man is a new one to me.
Yeah, they said
I'm not reading that.
What you think about this? She's saying basically this is appropriating black culture because you named the T Trap T and said you're the plug.
Those are black terms.
Now we talked about what culture is. Do we consider drug dealing
black culture?
Those are drug terms. Trap house, I'm the plug. Do we want that to be considered black culture?
We don't, but unfortunately, it's slang that's used amongst black people.
So should we stop? Sorry, go ahead.
And because other people view black culture as pop culture.
Yeah.
So they view it as this is not black culture. This is pop culture.
Yeah, everybody says this.
Everybody says trap. Everybody says
the plug.
The plug. That doesn't just only exclusively belong to black people. That belongs to us all. We can put this in our vocabulary and use it as well.
Yeah. Do you think that's okay, or do you think you agree with her or not?
At this point, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think at this point,
you guys have allowed your culture to be made pop culture and to be capitalized off of. So
at this point, it's like I don't want to take on the term trap house and plug as black culture. Yes, exactly, Kiefer. Isn't trap associated with negative? Exactly. It's associated with a damn drug house. It's a crack house.
She's giving applause to the Ethiopian sis for getting the business shut down on the board for black immigrants.
We went for people who other people were
afraid of calling us niggas. Now everyone calls us niggas with a little backlash.
Yeah.
And we got
black culture's for sale, says brilliantly.
We've been hijacked for life. Isn't trap associated with negative?
Yes.
He said that. Excellent, brilliant. Just make a note of the response of black men why you stopped the video.
I'll play. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh no, I didn't.
Once again, it's okay. You'll be exposed though. You're not black owned. You're stealing black culture. You're stealing black culture.
I'm sorry. I got to pause for a second. You see how the Indonesian woman started doing a little head roll with a swirl in her finger?
Oh, was that fighting?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I came here because I thought it was black owned. That's why I came here. I told my friends I'm supporting a black business. This is not black owned. This is not black owned. Asians stealing black culture. Once again, you're a coon. Don't.
She got him immediately.
I came here because I didn't know it was black owned.
Oh, but look who he with.
It's a black dude with a fat white woman. We're not shocked.
God, come on.
We're not shocked, honorable.
And he got the glasses on. Come on.
In Seattle, Washington, you will find a lot of black dudes with fat white women.
Okay, honorable made a good point.
All of it's black culture. I claim it all because it's profitable for everyone but us, and I want it back.
That's a good point. If it's profitable, you can always make something negative or positive. And if you're making the word trap and plug refer to tea and burgers, then you're flipping it. I can agree with that.
Trap is anything. It's mine. I want it back.
That's a good point.
George, bro, you see that gut? I know. It's got you excited.
Oh, come on.
You want to see what that stomach do.
I'm not going to associate myself with crack houses.
Washington, bro, got low standards. No, nigga, you in California, you got low standards too.
Because you're a coon.
Oh man, he got the glasses on and everything.
Oh, so no, don't try to paint this black man as a conservative because he got no glasses. He's more likely he's more likely a Democratic.
I didn't say what he was.
Voter. So,
right on. See, that is mine. Goddamn it! I want it now. All right, let's go back. This video here, this is a Asian woman who was raised by black Americans, and now she thinks she can claim black American.
I think a reality star says she wanted to adopt a little black girl, adopt the Asian girl and raise her as a black girl. Well, this is how she would turn out.
オハイオとか行ったりとかするとさ、黒人が多い地域とかだとアジア人扱いされるわけ。You got Asian accent. だからもうチンキーアイズとか言われたからブチ切れたけどね。でもなんかその時にでも私何人でもいいやみたいな。だから黒人の血は入ってるから DNA 的に。だから血っていう人種ではない。なんか黒人とは自分のことを思わない。でもそのウィスコンシンのそのステップブラザーズ以外は黒人いなかったから私が見る限りね。白人たくさんいて何なんだろう。 この不自然、黒人として見られたことがまたアメリカにいても黒人っていう風に見られるのみたいな、もうどこも住めないじゃんと思ったらいい気持ちでって思って。
おはようはネットの人をバカにしてるっていうことを知ってる。
知ってるずっとタバコ吸ってるしかなかった。今イライラして。
So now she's saying she sees herself as a black American because that's what her blood is. She doesn't care about her race or the classification, knowing she has some percentage of it in her DNA. What you think? What you think?
I have nothing. You have a lot of people in the comments saying that she looks like she's a black woman.
Well, I told you, we talked about it earlier. A lot of people
said she looked like a black woman.
Yeah, I told you a lot of people earlier, like I said.
She don't look like a black woman to me at all.
Indigenous people tend to look a certain way.
She looks like a normal Asian woman that you would see walking down the street with a damn wig on her head and some hoop earrings, and that's all she had to do was throw that on. And y'all niggas out here talking about they look like a black woman. Y'all are fucking crazy.
Is that black aesthetics? George said, pass the fried rice, please. I got extra sauce on that. Trap was used by 2 Chainz and Ariana Grande. I saw the hip-hop influence in both. Marketing, very profitable. Keeper said, no, just no. She looked like she need George. She like Jim Jones' mama.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shantae said she like Jim Jones' mama.
Hold on, Shantae.
Hold on.
I ain't gonna lie, but
you gonna flip that easy?
She's not black American.
It's not saying she's black American. Is she black?
She's from Grenada.
Is she Afro or whatever?
I don't know what the fuck she is. She's off that island. They have a lot of admixtures with those people on the island. I don't know what the fuck she is.
What she look like? Talk to the mic. What she look like?
She look Asian.
So his mama look Asian.
Jim Jones' mama kind of look Asian.
Oh, okay. She look Asian. She does. Keep it. I need to see the black. I'm gonna say I need to see the black. You don't see it. Shanta said she sound like Jim Jones' mama too.
Jim Jones' mama is wild.
Oh Lord.
That's a feisty lady. Very feisty.
All right, let's move forward. Oh, she feisty?
She very spicy.
Yeah, shit talking.
She's your typical
typical what?
She's your typical New York woman.
Okay.
They probably put her in a Spanish category, Afro Spanish. That's spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much that to you, bro? You can get the left. Okay, here we go. Move on. George talking
friend rice.
George leftover fried rice.
Is that fried rice or friend rice? Shout outs to Jim Mama, never saw her.
What does a black woman look like? Well, we mean what a black person look like? I mean,
well,
the stereotypical.
She kind of look like Filipino.
And Filipinos,
she do.
They're known for being very.
They look like Mexicans.
Yeah, they integrate themselves.
The indigenous the darker Mexicans.
Yeah, and Filipinos in California are known for trying to ingratiate themselves into blackness.
Oh God, I just said indigenous. We gotta stop with this indigenous theory.
Those are Asians that walk too far and adjusted to the land. I'm not saying they're black. I'm saying all indigenous races are dark. I'm not saying they're the same. There are multiple dark, quote unquote, races.
Well, let's go back to Honorable when she said, what does a black woman look like? We talking about features, skin tone. What are we talking about here?
Well, they'll say that a black woman is a sub-Saharan features, have sub-Saharan African features.
Okay, not all black people have the same...
they have variations of it.
Features. I mean, this is the thing. Like, a lot of y'all will call mixed or biracial people light-skinned.
Yeah.
Mixed or biracial people are not light-skinned. They are biracial. Light-skinned people are classified as black people who have an orange yellow tone to them, like a golden brown, light brown tone to them. Those are light-skinned black people, but y'all will call biracial people light-skinned people, and it throws them in a bag with light-skinned people, and then light-skinned people get called biracial. That's what's going on. We need to stop that shit.
All right, let's move to the next story. Brandon answered it to Filipina foot on Travis neck. My brain's almost spent
I don't
today.
even read George's sentences. The same person that be talking shit don't even type out his sentences correctly or spell half the shit he be typing in the comment correctly. That's why I don't read his shit.
All right. Mississippi judge declares mistrial for 2 white men charged in attack on Black FedEx driver. You see
Regina said that she said like what 30 minutes ago she's gonna be out.
Yeah, in and out.
In and out today. She'll be back.
All right. Mississippi judge declares mistrial for 2 white men charged in attack on Black FedEx driver. What you think?
I think when they chose to go with
Attempted
degree murder, that they were never going to
get it.
I think they should have tried to aim. I'm not advocating for it because they did shoot at this. I don't know if it's a black man or a black woman.
It's a black man. I think it's a black man.
They
No
did
offense
shoot
to
at him, and charges should be abroad because they tried to kill him. But I don't think they were going to get first degree murder charge.
Citing errors by police, a Mississippi judge declared a mistrial Thursday in a case of two white men accused of chasing.
Goofy ass nigga news.
A Mississippi judge declared a mistrial Thursday in a case of 2 white men accused of chasing and shooting at a Black FedEx driver who was making a delivery. Brandon Case and his father, Gregory Case, are charged with attempted first-degree murder, conspiracy, and shooting into a vehicle driven by the Montero Gibson. In January 2020, Gibson, now 25, was not injured, but the chase and gunfire led to complaints on social media of racism in Brookhaven, about an hour's drive south of the state capital, Jackson. Judge David Strong said he made a mistrial decision because of the errors by the Brookhaven Police Department detectives. On Wednesday, the judge ended the session early after Detective Vincent Fernando acknowledged under oath while the jury was out of the courtroom that he had not previously given prosecutors or defense attorneys a videotaped statement police had taken from Gibson. The judge said the officer was improperly testified about guns found in the home of one of the men in the trial and shell casings found outside the home. Defense attorneys requested a mistrial, and Strong said he had no choice but to grant it. In 17 years, I don't think I've seen it, the judge said, of errors. So you think they fucked up on purpose? You think the police purposely messed this case up?
Probably so. It's in Mississippi, ain't it?
Yeah.
Brandon said, I think it's their kingdom, and true justice is a rarity, especially involving their people.
Exactly.
Totally agree with you.
When you're in somebody else's kingdom, you can't expect justice.
Exactly.
This is not your...
I'm not reading that next comment. Not all. I would never see biracial people as light-skinned people. The problem is trying to make light-skinned people see it that way. They are so desperate for support.
You said they need more numbers. So they
Who need more numbers?
They say, I guess you're saying the light skinned people need more numbers, so they include. Are you saying they include the biracial people?
Well, to be honest with you, I classify 3 classes of colors, skin tones in the black community.
I think it's 2.
I see there is darker skin, brown skin, and lighter skin. I think there's way more brown skin people in the community versus the other 2 darker skin or light skin.
I believe it's Tony and Swarthy.
I think numbers are low on both on the darker skin and the lighter skin side. It's mostly brown skinned people.
I see Swarthy, which is Wesley Snipes and all them, and I see Tony, which is like, I don't know, brown skin. Who's somebody you consider brown skin? Like Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion, Megan Good,
Kobe Bryant. Those are considered Tawny people, or all the way down to like.
Ain't no justice in Mississippi.
George,
Honorable, I'm not desperate. Desperate. I'm
supporter as hell.
George practicing boo-boo in Peru.
Can y'all unblock Shantae's account?
She said he put roots. He put roots
on my other account.
Oh shit! Now George said he is from Louisiana. Shantae, his family come from Louisiana, so he definitely into that voodoo Haitian shit. I told y'all he was Haitian.
Oh, come on, man.
I told you he was a fucking tether. I told you he was Haitian.
Shantae, honorable second, y'all unblock Shantae's account. George Privilege needs to be suspended pending review. Ye Shantae alone. He blocked her? George.
Meg thinks she high yellow though.
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Well, it's just 2 to me. It's Tawny and
me
Swarthy.
and my chocolate wife. were out earlier. Black love.
Support black love. Black love. This whitewashed dude love oatmeal raisin cookies.
I wonder who he talking about.
All right, let's move on.
Can y'all guess who he talking about?
Woman whose ex allegedly shared her explicit photos urged victims to take their powers back. So this man and his girl broke up. The relationship between DL and her boyfriend started to fall apart in 2020 while they were living together in Chicago. Not long after that, a DL's lawyer tell it, the spying began. Fueled by what attorneys describe as delusion and paranoid jealousy, her ex, Marquise Jamal Jackson, logged into a security system at DL's mother's house in Texas, where DL had moved temporarily. He began recording her every move without her knowledge or consent.
Shantae starting to damn cool in the chat.
Are the moms voting for George
She's
suspension?
starting to fucking cool on him.
I'm one y'all now. Oh Lord.
No, don't leave George alone.
George, don't be banning each other.
George, no, leave George alone.
All right, so basically this dude got an ex, started spying on her, recorded video and pictures of her, put it on the internet, and now he has to. The judge awarded the ex or the girl $1.2 billion. What you think?
I thought the number was crazy. I don't think it's ever. Look at leave George alone. She like, nigga, I'm into trying to defend. Really? Get him, George. Get him.
Wait, George Louisiana Creole cosplaying as African American?
He said George said his family is from Louisiana.
Read, nigga.
George said his family is from Louisiana. Am I wrong or am I right, George? You said you from Louisiana.
What you say?
You defend the troll.
You defend the troll of all trolls.
He said that I'm not. He said that I'm not equal though.
So I
discriminate.
So this girl was awarded $1.2 billion for her boyfriend putting her information on the internet. Obviously, this is more of a situation where it's going to be attached to him for life after what he said to her. This is crazy. It's obviously he's not going to pay the money, but I guess it's just a headline they wanted. Because she's not getting close. She did a couple $1,000 maybe.
Yeah, he'll never pay $1.2 billion. But the shit that he did to this woman was crazy. He was a serial stalker.
Very. Hiking a job, her home.
He hiked her. The company she worked at. He hiked her phone, her security, her emails. He was a psycho.
Yeah, he was crazy.
He was a psycho.
And the only reason why I brought this up, because I saw the name. His name is Marquise Jamal Jackson. So I was like, this a Negro?
It's a Negro.
It's a Negro. I ain't got to look at no pictures.
I think he's into tech though.
Yeah, he's a tech dude.
He's a techie dude. That's why he know how to do all that shit.
Yes, honestly, I think these are black people. I was shocked, like a Negro doing this.
She like, these are black people?
Yeah, these are Negroes. They doing something different, not honorable. They on some different
Don't
stuff.
feed the troll. I have a hard time remembering this too. LOL.
All right, now I'm gonna show this. It's a quick video. If I ain't gotta show the whole thing, I'm pretty sure y'all might have saw this if y'all on social media. So this dude, black dude, went to Cuba and left his resort to mess around with a local Cuban woman and went to her house. He went to a local Cuban woman's house.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Imagine going to another country and going in these conditions to be with some random woman. She then had her cousin take him back to the resort where he played some music and stuff, right? So I want to give credit to this dude here. Can't say his name. Y'all might see his name on the screen, right?
What's his name?
I can't say that name.
Canoe.
I see the eye there, so I know he's into some esoteric things and all that stuff. But when I saw this video, this is what I thought. Because a lot of people, when they leave their home, they're not paying attention to stuff spiritually. They're just looking at what they see with their eyes. They're not paying attention to certain situations. This is what he said. He said she completed the ritual with sex, lured him in, and took a piece of him in exchange for some of what was her, some that was with her. How is it not obvious? Told y'all about stuff like this in them apps. You're thinking I'm going to have a good time, and days later, your life upside down. She did a ritual for the cousin. Who would be comfortable enough to just drive some dude home? Your cousin called you, say, "Hey, come pick him up, take him back to the resort." And you just there for him. You just moving like that.
Well, he's not scared.
Yeah, that's
because he's into that too. That's his family.
That's what I'm saying. He's fully into it. Now, he went into is it freezing? Sorry, hold on. This picture here looks like a
shrine.
A shrine. I'm going to do that stream on next week. Now, this right here is a shrine. This is clearly a shrine to either a mother or grandmother.
Probably a grandmother.
Who taught her what she know. And then she got a whole damn... What the hell? This how you know...
That's the nigga I was.
This how you know when he went in her house, he wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. He was just in there for one thing. He probably was paying attention to the poverty and not the actual stuff he should be looking at. Let me...
Which means he didn't have no discernment.
None whatsoever. He thought it was just sweet out there. This is another thing he posted. See the wall? I'm guessing he thinks it looked like a skull. If you look at it, these are the eyes. That's the mouth.
Honorable says sex tourism.
And I wonder how often these dudes go to South America, the islands, over to Africa, the Asian countries. How often do they go to these countries, go to these strange women's houses? And the main thing people think about and that's dangerous in those situations typically is getting robbed, getting killed or something. They don't think about these people have spiritual, religious beliefs over there that are different. They have a different culture. You don't know what she got planned when you get over there. I mean, in America, we learn small stuff like don't drink, don't eat no spaghetti from a woman you don't know.
Passport bros.
Like in America alone, we learned that from your mama early. Don't eat no spaghetti from no strange woman. Or no type of dish like that. Red dishes at all. Then you go to a whole nother country, eat their food, go all around in their house, not knowing what they believe in, what they doing. Niggas ain't living on the edge, boy. What you think?
There's no way I would have went to. First of all, I'm not even going to Cuba.
Cuba, I'm not going to Cuba for no.
That would never happen to me.
But even if you do that, you would think you would get there and see the house and be like, "This is crazy. What am I doing here?"
Well, hold on. We've seen places on Twitter where they show houses where they go to and they meet up with people, and their houses look worse than that.
Oh yeah.
So he was like,
"I ain't gonna show this.
This ain't shit compared to what I normally see."
I ain't gonna show that one. All right.
Well, why didn't you show that? Go ahead.
Nah.
No, do it. I'll take it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Y'all remember we talked about, now this is old news, but people finding out about it. I didn't know about this because I ain't pay attention to it. But the same girl who played in the Wizard of Oz also played in a
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland. She also played in this Racist Ass movie where she was in blackface a year later, if I'm not mistaken. So people was on the ass, and then people had to point out that during this time she was a child. She was literally forced to do these movies. She was being drugged up.
Sure she was.
She later in life went on to be a person who pushed for civil rights and all the other stuff.
Never heard of it.
She's out there. You type her name
you know
in.
what they do?
Huh?
They put an article too out there about you.
That's not
what they do.
she did stuff back in the day. But I'm going to ask Trevor when we saw that. Trevor immediately saw this and was like, "Oh God, I already know."
I was, but then I stood strong and I said, I still don't change my stance.
Because he said that the Wizard of Oz is better than the Wiz.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, stand on it, man. I don't agree. I blocked you, then Travis is a scholar.
Never said I was a scholar. Don't try to be a scholar.
One in Georgia man arrested after applying for a job at Arkansas Police Department. You go ahead and tell the story. You tell this story. We ain't got to read this. What happened in this story here? He wouldn't try to get a job.
I didn't even read this.
You didn't read it?
No.
A black dude wouldn't try to get a job as a police officer. He didn't realize, well, maybe he did know. He had a warrant.
Look what she said. We need to read Honorable. How often, a lot especially the good military black man, they're all over there causing infiltration, overpaying trans and baby mamas for sex.
Oh yeah, that's all men that go over there No, especially those, particularly I said when those Asian countries, that's when they into that weird stuff. Cuba, they remove the travel. Oh, Cuba that they removed the travel. Okay, Travis, ever don't read education restrictions. Cuba got in my damn crab cakes. So basically, this Malaysia, yeah, Malaysia. What's the other one? Bangkok. Where's that at? What country is that in? Is that in?
Bangkok is in China, ain't it?
No, no, it's in I know the name of the damn country. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, those type of country. The one they went to in that movie. What's the movie Mike Tyson was in? Hungover, or whatever it's called. Hungover 1 or 2, whatever it is.
What about them?
That's for the trans, the lady boys and all that stuff.
Oh, Thailand.
Thailand, yeah, that's it. The Thai boys. So this black dude in Arkansas went to become a police officer.
Oh, I do remember this story. I didn't read it though.
With the warrant.
Oh, I had some stuff to say about it. He was dumb. How you gonna go and try to apply to be a police officer and you got warrants? Did you think that you were gonna slip through the cracks? And they're gonna say, we're gonna let you be a police officer to redeem yourself and get this warrant off of you. No, we're gonna lock your ass up.
It says police in Arkansas say a man applying to be a police officer had warrants for his arrest in Georgia, according to the press release from the Marcello Police Department. 24-year-old Justin C. Carter applied for the police department position through an online application while hiding in South Carolina. Authorities say that the 24-year-old fugitive came to Arkansas to verify details for the physical fitness test. After he arrived, officers say there were discrepancies in his physical appearance from his backyard check. After police further investigated Carter's history, they found his real identity in a nationwide warrant for his arrest from Georgia. The next day, Carter met police in a high school track to perform his fitness test.
Look at what honorable.
The officers allowed Carter to perform the fitness test and took him to custody right after he completed the test. Police said that he was wanted over probation violation in Georgia. Following his arrest, he is awaiting transportation back to Georgia. Good Lord, man. That was one of the...
That's dumb. Dumb. Kiefer hit it on the head, dummy.
So he had a warrant in Georgia, ran off to South Carolina, and applied to be a cop in Arkansas. Do you think they're going to just let you in?
How you running from law enforcement and then try to join it?
I guess he tried to do that so that but you on probation. So what?
Have you ever heard of somebody having warrants and then applying to be a police officer and they let it go?
Unless they commit a crime without a felony and they serve their time or whatever, pay off their fees, then maybe he might be able to come.
Well, if he my first cousin, he Duke first cousin too.
That's a dumb Negro of the week. We're gonna have to hold a little serious with that. That's the dumb Negro of the week.
So we're gonna be out here talking shit about black people, doing a donkey of the day. So we're gonna do a dummy of the day. So we're gonna be out here doing this to black people. You hear this? I would never do some shit like this. Have a dummy of the day. Blasphemy.
I almost said blasphemy. You don't understand the artistry of the Wiz. He watched Blue Streak too many times. Oh, yeah, Martin. Try to become a cop. Nigga, you too crazy to be a damn cop.
LOL, dummy of the day.
Dummy of the damn day, I swear. Lord have mercy. All right, let me go here. I felt betrayed. A black Maryland cop blew the whistle on racist text messages and abuse in his department. Now he's afraid for his life. A black Prince George's County police officer is afraid for his safety after he reported a fellow officer for the use of force violation against a suspect who turned out to be misidentified. In October 2020, Officer Michael Brown had been on duty in Maryland County with fellow officer Captain Daryl Wormuth. Together, they tracked down an armed 17-year-old suspect named Kayvon Hines. After successfully restraining him, he struck the teen in the throat.
Honorable said, was he African American? That hairline looked crazy.
We really be paying attention to the hairlines heavy now. What's your hairline look like? Take your hat off. Take your hat off.
He looked like a broke Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, shit.
He looked like Cuba Gooding Jr. He looked like a broke Cuba Gooding Jr. This is the crazy shit George say. How many times have I said George looked like Cuba Gooding Jr. and he gonna say some shit like that, knowing he broke his hell, flashlight security officer. George, what shelter are you staying at so I can donate? I'm living paycheck to paycheck though. You won't get no smoke on StreamYard because you fucking try to overtalk people. I don't overtalk people. I let them talk. Let them get their point across.
Authorities soon found out Hines was wrongly identified as the suspect the officers were meant to be. Brown told NBC4 Washington that he was alarmed because the department had never trained to put their hands on anyone's neck. Brown, with the assistance of his partner, Officer Thomas Lester, reported him, resulting in him being charged with misconduct in office and second-degree assault. So now he's afraid, after calling them out, that they're going to try to do something to him. That's why officers don't do nothing. Do he have any support from the community?
He ain't got no support from me.
Why?
He has a warrant.
What?
Oh, this is another topic. Shit, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't shake your head at me. Okay. Yes, he should have support. He blew the whistle on a text message that was sent, and black people should be supported. They did the same thing to the black woman.
Yeah, the one in...
She blew the whistle, and she had no support from black people. There was no GoFundMes for her, and yeah, we haven't even heard her no more since then.
Well, she got suspended. I'm guessing...
She lost her job.
She got fired?
I'm pretty sure she got fired.
Oh, dang. I thought they moved
And
her.
I haven't heard black people talk about her since, or she hasn't been in the news since. Correct me if I'm wrong,
That was in 2020, so yeah. I don't know.
I don't overtalk people. You just weak. No, I'm not weak. You do overtalk people. You don't let people get their points across. You do. Kiefer LOL. I'll protect you, girl. Don't miss the part where he provided false identification. Whose ID did he have? Listen, I was seeing read these damn articles.
I'm not gonna
see
say,
how dude try to put a little spin on
I don't try to do nothing
on the black man. No Honorable Sienna said no victims. Tell the whole fucking story. PG County is a black county too.
But now they found a dude.
Prove it.
They found out the dude they were after this is misidentified. That's not him. So even though he lied about his identity, he is not the person they were looking for. So at this point, it should be, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But we cannot let that fact go that Honorable Sienna presented. False identification.
She on their ass. All right. Appeals court rules woman who had $8,000 see-through asset for forfeiture will get her day in court. Crystal Starling lost $8,000 as he missed one of the several filings deadlines to contest a seizure of her money by police. The federal appeals court says she and others like her should be given more leeway. You see this one?
No.
After police raided her apartment, Rochester resident Crystal Starling lost $8,000 to the government because of a missed deadline despite never being charged with a crime. But last week, a federal appeals court revived her case. The public interest law firm representing Starling, the Institute for Justice, says the ruling is a welcome check on civil asset for forfeiture, which allows law enforcement to seize property suspected of being connected to criminal activity without charging the owner with a crime. That's so messed up. Now I will say this: growing up, I remember there was some drug dealers in our neighborhood. They got caught, and the police seized their vehicles and turned them into police vehicles.
You talking about the kingpins?
The kingpins
Where we
in
from?
our neighborhood. They really were moving it.
Okay. They didn't live in our neighborhood though.
No, they lived in.
Okay. They did not live in our neighborhood,
and they were selling in our neighborhood. In other places, I'm sure.
They were selling it in areas surrounding our neighborhood.
Well, who?
I'm not gonna say their names.
I ain't saying name, but yeah, they were selling it in the neighborhood too.
Why you try to paint us as these? We were. That's not us.
Not what?
Go ahead, continue with your story.
Point of the matter, they took his vehicle and turned it into police vehicles, and that's not the same thing as this because they were committing a crime and she wasn't charged with a crime. But the fact that you can just take my property without charging me with a crime don't seem
right
or fair.
It's not fair.
But as they say, fair is a place they judge.
But they do that.
Yeah.
So
now they're giving her a chance to get her money back. Hopefully she do.
I'm here for Duke and Travis, not Disney's new Pixar Trolls. Damn, that was a good one.
All right, look at this. We expose racists and pedos. A racist white supremacist threatened an elderly black man and called him the N-word while riding on the bus And well, you know what happened next. Unc left him in a puddle in his own piss.
Hit me, please. Do something.
Should we allow a word to provoke this much emotion out of you?
Well, what's the difference between him saying that and bitch or anything disrespectful? It's not really the word, it's the intent behind it. You're trying to say something to disrespect me, so I'm gonna give you what you want.
Or you could just ignore it.
You would ignore that dude?
I think I would just ignore and pay no attention.
No, I'm gonna give him what he want.
You gonna give him some licks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm surprised that he the only one that did something. Why is all these other black people standing around?
So they all supposed to attack him
and see him saying this to an elder and don't defend the elder. Nobody want to defend the elder. Chicago.
Now that's a difference if he's going after an elder.
The
That's
dude's
a difference.
older. What you mean?
But that's what I'm saying. If he's going after an elder, that's different.
So wait, let me get this right. So if the dude said this to an older black man, you do something.
Because he's disrespecting our elder.
But if he said it to a younger black man, everybody ignore it.
It's just a word. I'm not gonna let it provoke emotion.
All right, Mr. Stoicism. All right, stick to it. Be stoic. Be determinism. Just move on from it. All right. He got his ass whooped.
This is good. Look at our.
This is good.
They stay targeting African Americans.
Exactly.
She said this good for him.
I agree. Good for him. He got what he wanted. Good for him. George, a damn shame not his baby soft. And they gonna play. They gonna play pay the bell.
You didn't even spell Charlamagne Tissue right. You don't spell it with an S. It's a C.
You said, are they gonna pay the bill when you get arrested? So, if you're sitting on a train and somebody is purposely just saying derogatory words to you, and you decide to put hands on them, the people on the train should pay your bill.
So now I got to pay your bill because you're acting off of emotion and
No, I said I'm asking her. Does she think if you do it because she's saying are they gonna pay my bill, or are you saying as a standby, as a person who's there and somebody is saying something to an elder, you're not getting involved because these people on this damn train ain't gonna pay my bill to get out of here.
You know what it's called? It's called having self-control and not letting. Sometimes you can let something put you in a position and then you don't think what's going to happen to you after what you've done. So after you attack this man, they're going to lock you up.
Yeah.
So that was worth you getting locked up?
If he's saying something, look.
Okay, then you were right. Sure.
Y'all know kingpins.
I'm about to say that. Y'all, they were kingpins.
They were kingpins.
They were kingpins. Honorable, we are not lying. They
I'm not
were
gonna say his
kingpins.
name, but one of them got a shout out on a Rick Ross song.
And one of them, and he also has a book. It's on Amazon.
He got a book he wrote. I ain't gonna say his name, but
we cannot say his name.
We can. He already served his time.
Well, I'm not gonna say his name.
Why?
He hasn't paid me for any advertisement to say his
Shit
name.
I ain't gonna buy that damn book. 10 people ain't gonna buy that damn book.
I'm not going to say his name because we haven't asked him to say his name.
But yeah, they were definitely kingpins. If they touch me, it's on. Words are just words. Okay. Words. White folk train you very well, Travis, to protect them and not harm them.
I'm protecting them.
In my expert opinion, that was an ass whooping.
Hey, any of y'all out there that want to put feet and hands all over anybody that calls you that derogatory word, please do so.
Shante said free time green. Is he banned?
No.
Oh.
He's not. He should not be banned.
I think we can see who's banned. I can see it I can go check. My niece's name is Mason. Somebody slap her with a phone book. Brandon do it and give you $1. All right, let's move on. School district calls state ed department bluff. Keep AP American Studies on the books. This is in North Little Rock. Jonesboro says he'll continue to offer AP African American Studies despite the last minute maneuver by the Arkansas Department of Education to defund and discredit the class. So Little Rock gonna keep AP African American Studies. It's some niggas in Arkansas. It's Little Rock though. Arkansas. Ain't that where
Yes.
No, that was Gary. That's Gary.
What?
Indiana.
What? Gary,
Michael
Indiana?
Jackson. The Jacksons.
Little Rock, Arkansas is where the first 5, the Black American kids went into they got to be the first integrated kids to go into there.
Yeah.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Well, now they can teach that.
That's also where the Hillary Clinton. They don't come from Little Rock, but they come from the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas.
So every time you talk about Arkansas, you gotta talk about the Clintons.
The Clintons.
Or Rodman. Hillary Rodman.
Yeah, Rodman. All right. North Korea says a U.S. soldier crossed its border because of racism
Who
in
was the agent
America.
provocateur last week? You know who. On the bus, it's different. I recall my last time I took the city bus. On a crowded bus, I got up for an older black man. Guess who he gave his seat to? A white woman.
Oh, Lord.
Honorable Sienna. I honestly believe you. I believe her when she said that.
He said he gave it to a white.
That's why nowadays people do not get up for the elderly. They only want to get up for the disabled people. None of them.
All right. North Korea. The dude, Travis King, he said he went to North Korea because of the racism in America. We buying that story?
Oh, Brinkley has something. Why is money green? Because Jews pick it when it's right. Go ahead.
Travis King, he says he went to North Korea because of racism. What we think of that? You think he's telling the truth?
Maybe true. Maybe a double agent, like you said.
You think he's trying to get out of a charge?
He could be trying to get out of a charge. But that's why these Asian countries, they laugh at America when they try to be the moral
compass of the world. Yeah,
they're like, you own slaves.
Yeah,
you still you're shooting down African Americans in your country.
Russia did it too. Putin did it Putin did it earlier this year.
So this is a great get out of jail bail for him card if he wants to go to North Korea and say, hey, I came to your country because of what's the word?
What?
That the immigrants use?
Discrimination?
No. Asylum.
Oh, for asylum.
I'm coming to North Korea for asylum. I fear going to America
because of racism.
For retribution because of racism. I ain't mad at the brother. Do what you got to do.
Black man is honorable.
He might be slightly retarded. Who goes in North? Wow.
I will agree. That's why I don't believe the story. Obviously, I believe him going to North Korea is a military reason. Maybe he is just a young dude who made a rash decision because he just didn't want to go back to America and face dishonorable discharge or something. So he just ran in North Korea like an idiot and thought shit was gonna be sweet. I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna end well for him.
Slightly retarded. Okay, Little Rock.
Yeah, Little Rock said they're gonna keep teaching the Black American history. This right here, and this is the news that came out. I saw North Korea preparing long-range missile tests and spy satellite launch, says South Korea.
They've been doing that for a while.
They've been doing that for like 3 years, 4 years now. So they're trying to get
America ain't bust a grape.
Maybe that's why Travis King is going over there to figure it out.
Oh, he's gonna.
Dennis Rodman went over there. Dennis Rodman was negotiating with what's his name? Kim Jong-un. My little Robbie. George. I told you about that, man. U.S. military could create global biological crisis. The Pentagon is especially interested in studying infections that could be used for weapons. So speaking of North Korea talking about bombing, talking about testing their bombs, Russia is saying America is trying to create a global biological weapon.
Yeah.
just throwing it out there. I'm just running through these stories right quick. Okay.
They've killed every other American that has been over there. That's not a celebrity.
Exactly. So we'll see what they do with him. They came out and said he is there and said why he want to be there. They might try to use him for some leverage like Russia did with Brittany Griner. We'll see. Turkey warned Russia after cargo ship incident that Black Sea Turkish president. Quick story. Turkey tried to get some ships to the docks of Ukraine. Russia fired a warning shot. And now the NATO is saying, if Russia do that again, we're going to war. I'm just saying that right quick. I know a little bit of people don't talk about what's possibly going on. We might go to war in the next couple months, but just letting it be known. All right, let me Georgia indictment charges a 19 member criminal enterprise. Here's who they are.
Stop going to these goofy ass places, then expect somebody to come.
Hold on, let me get this right quick. Hold on, y'all. I want to play because they're still at the
34 felon.
They're still at the Trump. I'm playing it again. They still at the big Trump.
Well, I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No, they won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out.
So they still trying to get Trump out of here.
They pulled the war card so we can skip the election. LOL. We ain't skipping no election, Kiefer. We not skipping no election.
And they got a new one out now, y'all.
Wish death upon me. Lord, am I dog and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be.
Look.
They wish death on Trump, man. Trump said they give your
Trump
black
got
ass
91 charges.
Trump said they give your black ass 100 years. They're trying to give him 1,000. The 50 said they give you 100.
It's all because he eat a steak well done. See what happened when you eat your steak well done.
So Donald Trump, Georgia now, we already said they're trying to get him. They finally came down with the indictments. Controversy came behind this.
I'm finna
did it. But I wanted to play that one line, but it's whatever.
What one line?
Where you said they give your black ass 100 years, but I couldn't get to it.
Yeah, 34. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. Oh, they won't let me. And you little.
And Trump. All right. Georgia, now this is the controversy behind what happened. Georgia court clerks cops to early release of Trump charges. I am human. So one of the court clerks accidentally, quote unquote, released Trump's indictment papers on the internet early.
That was no accident.
Literally, the papers for his charges were released before it was approved, before it was agreed upon by the court and the jury. They haven't even indicted him yet. And they had it out there. So now some people saying, I'm not saying it is. Some people are saying that means that this is all.
It was.
This is all planned. They already know what's going to happen. The charges they already know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
He's going to be found guilty or whatever.
Yeah.
He's expected, if he's found guilty of all this stuff, he could 1,000 years. I'm just saying. He said the Atlanta clerk whose office posted a list of charges against former President Donald Trump hours before the grand jury approved them, belatedly took responsibility for the embarrassing mishap Wednesday.
Humans.
I am human. Fulton County clerk. This right here, this is the last thing we're going to speak on. We're going to go quickly through these Trump situations. Every time Trump gets indicted, a day before that, something comes out about the Hunter Biden family. FBI releases documents on Biden. Trump gets indicted. Hunter Biden's laptop plea deal comes out. More indictments. Devon Archer tells Congress that Joe Biden was on over 20 calls. Trump gets indicted again. Now I want to show. And you notice all the people involved with the case, I have to say it is 3 black women. And that's how they're selling it. Do StreamYard, bro. Yeah, we will be doing StreamYard next week. We need to troll free TV. These 3 black women are holding Donald Trump accountable. That's how they're selling the narrative now. These are the 3 that's doing it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is first we're gonna play. You want to play? Which one you play first?
I don't care which one you play.
We're gonna play Duke first. Let me
mind, and every waking moment I try to figure out a pathway back to you. Break me down in little pieces, show me all the things you need. I will make your special wish come true, yeah. When things go wrong, you need someone to help you see them through. I will always love you. When you need someone to stand beside you, I hold you, baby. With this ring, I can show
Man, turn that shit off. That was terrible. Turn that shit off.
Now I'm gonna play A Thin Line Between Love and Hate by H-Town. He wanted to use the Big Joker, by the way. He wanted to use Knocking the Boots.
You don't need Knocking the Boots.
You wanted to use Knocking the Boots.
For them, you don't need Knocking the Boots.
It's a different energy, huh?
It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just getting in. I knock on the door, down the voice, sweet low says, "Who is it?" She opened up the door and let me in. Never do she want to say so. Where have you been now? She said,
We only playing a minute 30 of both.
are you hungry, honey? Did you eat yet? Let me hang up your coat, your coat, your coat. And the woman tells me, pass me your hat too. All the time she smiles, never raises her voice. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Between love and hate, yeah. It's a difference.
Why has Usher been on? Talk about so she wouldn't harm people of color.
It's a thin line between love and hate.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate. What y'all got? Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Or so it's really H-Town versus Troop. So you got Troop, no question.
I have H-Town, no question. This wasn't even...
It wasn't even the best one.
And then he making up all excuses. Why didn't you play I'm Not Stoop? All I Do Is Think of You. I told Duke to play All I Do Is Think of You. He said that song was not popular enough.
I did not say that. I went based off of the most popular song. It wasn't as popular as this one.
You're not going to address anything with me next week. So you can get that out your head.
Let me get it set up right quick.
All I Do Is Think is a classic, though.
All right. And with that...
H-Town, no competition.
And they took it...
It ain't no fucking competition.
And they took it from the
Jacksons.
Oh,
damn,
man.
that's not even a song.
So what we doing?
They're a cover band, a Gap band.
Wow. Who have we done so far? We did
You don't got shit.
We did Bobby Key Sweat. We did somebody else too.
That's it.
Yeah, we did somebody else. Now we got H-Town Troop. It was another one I forgot. Who y'all debating on next?
Nobody.
It's already set in stone. Everything.
This is it. He's lost every round.
I got
Howard
one.
Heward.
I got one.
Who?
Now y'all might agree on this one. Jodeci versus Boys and Men.
Why would you say that's two totally different
that's the point.
groups?
Who you guys gonna compare them to? What's the other one name with Cisco?
True Hill.
Jodeci versus True Hill.
But that's like
the big
that's
brother,
like the
brother.
mentor and the
apprentice.
The apprentice going at one another.
But which one you got?
You have, George. You lost it all.
Which one you got?
That's hard. I'm not gonna choose between either one.
Wow.
Maryland versus North Carolina. I'm not. I'm not choosing between.
Why would I just choose North Carolina?
Because I like Drew Hill.
And
I like Jodeci
hold on,
as
that
well.
means you like Drew Hill more.
Huh?
That means you like Drew Hill more.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
All right.
Duke smoking rocks.
Anyway,
Okay.
man. At the end there, it kind of got the rhythm got messed up.
Shantae had to create a whole new account.
Really?
Yeah. She said she created another account.
Why?
Somebody putting voodoo on her account.
Oh Lord. All right, y'all. Hey. Sorry the energy got ruined at the end there with the lagging. Make sure it don't happen next week.
Come on, come on.
Are y'all out there living it up?
Living it up.
Many black people embracing God
To
within.
everybody that
I
be
wonder
living
what,
it up, we
effect
say.
they have on a black man.
So living it up. Come on, baby, this is typical. Every day, one night thing. It's a physical. I'ma love you tonight, gang. Look, calling your name, go jump on in the range.
Baby.
But I just really wanted to hold you. Every time get to know you. That's a good chick. Before it's all over, I'ma meet this chick. Probably treat this chick more better. Cause if you ain't no thugs and ladies go together. Popping my collar, partner, who in the spot? Baby, rule in the spot. In the mug, in the watch. Ugly. Half of y'all hate me, half y'all love me. The ones that hate me only hate me cause they don't trust me. And they say I'm lucky. You think I got time to blow all this dough and do all this show?
Church already on life support, so
another
we get a whole bunch of black people inside.
To everybody that be living it up, we say
God himself.
and all my ladies that be giving it up.
Yeah, somehow it was at the beginning of the stream. I don't know.
And all my ladies that be giving it up. Ladies just wanna hold a day, miss acting. That's why they show love with
He said you're not gonna play two real songs. What'd say?
Never leave you alone. It's a song when I'm home, like a song when I'm gone. We both grown, both got minds of our own.
Right now,
Hit it
we'll try
off
to get
at
to it
first
some other
sight,
time.
like Love Jones. Many zones, baby, loving yo, hate it all. From prissy women to women that's overshadowed. But you know the ruby, living it up. Ain't got all of y'all giving it up. I like little ooh, baby, how cute are you? With a body that rides on sexual. I got a stick, I'll ride right next to you. Doing donuts and cuts, then I open it up. On the freeway, hand on the wheel, foot on the clutch. Rule, baby, not giving it up. To everybody that be living it up, we say what I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. What you do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what do I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. My love.
And all right, y'all, we headed out. Hopefully you have a good week. Y'all be safe out there. What's the last thing you got to say to the people?
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate y'all for coming in and joining us on this Saturday. I know you have friends and loved ones that you would love to be spending time with, but you chose to spend this evening with us, and we greatly appreciate it.
Definitely do. And I agree on it, but Ja Rule's the man. Then she gave him 1 year? I think he had more than 1 year.
He had
I think 01,
he had a two.
Yeah, about
I'd
3 or
say
4
2000
years.
into like he had a good 3-4 year run.
Yeah, Ja Rule. Yeah, a couple years in him. But anyway, man, y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High. Peace, man.